San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, some sad news out of Dallas today. Cowboys Hall of Fame guard Larry Allen passed away yesterday while vacationing with his family in Mexico. He was just 52 years old. 7-time first-team All-Pro, 11-time Pro Bowler, and Pro Football Hall of Famer. Well, the entire tree fell, leaves and all, for Jerry Jones. Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson signs a record deal for a non-quarterback. 4 years, $140 million.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minnix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minnix. On a Monday where we got to work all damn week.
Wow, we do. We were sitting by a pool last Monday or something like that.
You know, it kind of feels that way, although as quickly as this weekend went with the lack of basketball, and quite frankly, the Dallas Stars have taken away my Tuesday night plans because they didn't get it done last night in forcing a Game 7. Yeah, it's just kind of one of those bummer of a Monday, made even worse with the news of Larry Allen early this morning.
Yeah, that was a kick in the gut. I will say before we discuss Larry Allen, I had a great night last night watching the Cardinals beat the Phillies in extra innings.
Who?
Yeah, you heard me. And now they get to take care of your Astros for the next 3 days.
Oh, is that who we have?
Absolutely.
So it is that time of the calendar where I've got to start paying attention to baseball.
You do. You need to, yeah, because the Cardinals are up and coming, man.
Up and coming.
They're hot.
Yeah. How are the Astros doing?
No, they're not doing well.
I know. That's why I say it that way.
Uh-huh.
Although they did beat the Mariners the other night.
Oh, wow. Was that their last win in a while?
It might have been.
Might have been.
It might have been. It wasn't a good week for me.
The little
Weekend
Twinkies.
with baseball. I mean, congrats to the Aggies. That 11-inning win over the Longhorns kind of sucked. Unless, of course, you're an Aggie.
It was an interesting weekend, to say the least. No doubt. Put together a fire pit yesterday.
What?
Yeah.
You?
I did. Well, and Maggie helped.
And who helped?
That's it.
You two put it together?
That's it. You see, our other one kind of was dying and it was chipping and all. So now's a great time to buy one of those because you put it together. I'm not going to use it for 6 months.
Well,
so it's you get them pretty cheap. Put it together yesterday. Works like a charm.
Did you light it?
Yes.
And you put it together yourself?
Well, and with Maggie's help, yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So in other words,
it was hot as hell out there.
Yes. Are you guys? It's the right way to say this.
Careful.
Yes, very carefully. Are you guys good at putting things together?
What? It depends.
Joanna and I are not. There will be a fight.
Yeah.
4 or 5 fights in. It's do it this way. I'm reading the instructions. It says this. I mean, we're not good that way.
The only thing we kind of squabbled at yesterday a little bit was I told don't tighten anything down yet.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to tighten stuff down.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to get the instructions out. It says right here, do not tighten things down. It's not instruction. Do not tighten things down.
How many extra parts did you have?
We had a few screws left.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Couple of washers. But it was this, to their credit, and I don't know where Maggie got it. I think like Wayfair or something like that. But
all right.
It was pretty easy. It wasn't difficult.
And you actually have started a fire in this thing.
It's done. I put the propane tank inside and
so it's one of those?
Yeah, the propane tank inside, and it's got a table with a little fire pit on the top there.
Mm-hmm.
Works like a charm.
Good. And nothing blew up?
Nothing blew up, not yet.
Didn't burn down the house?
No, we're good. Now I won't light it again for another 6 months.
Sure.
But I'll let you know then.
I'm just a little concerned. You fire building stuff.
Yeah.
That's not a typical conversation.
I'm telling you,
combination.
I was very proud.
And knowing you, there was alcohol involved. So
of course,
I just
that goes without saying.
And I am not a handyman. You are not a handyman.
No.
I go back to at some point, I know we've told this story before, early 90s, you guys were living in Valley Forge, and you had a couple of friends over. We were going to hang a ceiling fan, and we hung this ceiling fan, and it did not stay on the ceiling when we turned it on.
Yeah.
And I just worry about the fire pit. You turn it on, and
I tried it out. Yeah, but that was like three monkeys having a good time with a football. You know what I mean?
Yes. So. Well, I've never tried to put another ceiling fan up. I've tried it one time. It did not work. It was at your house. It was a disaster. And
dude, I don't like electricity, even when it's off. I'm afraid that you're up there twisting wires around. Yeah. So I love the guys at Hill Electric because they come in and do that stuff for you.
Yeah.
I don't like electricity. Scares me, right? So
well,
I don't
hanging
like to do that.
and it's just and the amount of trouble that we were in with your wife at the time.
But dude, back then, none of us could afford to have somebody else do it.
This is true. Or I don't think we could afford, or you couldn't afford to go buy another ceiling fan for the one that we just broke, along with all the other damage to the house. That was a disaster.
Oh man, that was a long time ago.
It was.
Man. Wow.
It was.
A long time ago.
Yeah, it was. But the memories of that day and being yelled at by your then wife, who was I think she was like a PE coach or something. She had coach voice on.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
it was scary.
Hey, it happens. We were probably drinking then too.
Not probably.
I'm sure we were. Don't you feel better though if you're doing something like that? Yeah, I mean, a drink helps.
Yes, but even like putting together stuff that you go and you get the furniture. Like when we were in Phoenix a couple weeks ago, Erica needed a new bookshelf kind of thing. So we go to Target, we buy the thing, we're trying to put it together. and the fights that ensue, and Joanna's like, no, you got to do it this way. I'm like, here's the instructions, right? Like, you
got to point out the instructions.
Well, I mean,
if it's you,
I'm following the instructions.
You're wrong.
Yes, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Well, what about this one? And then she was like, turn it the other way. No, because see, this side's painted, that side isn't. If I turn it over, it's not going to work. There's always a fight.
Always a fight. Always. And that's why I was lucky, because all the parts had labels with a letter on it.
Yes.
And so I knew that attach D to C and B to A, and you're fine. And it worked out great. So as long as they have simple instructions like that, not to mention the fact, you like margaritas?
Well, yeah.
Well, there's a margarita thing.
Oh, is there a margarita machine in your new fire pit?
No, El Marisol called a chispa.
Oh, well, of course. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Well, Maggie learned how to make those.
Really?
Dude, they were delicious. And just as strong as El Marisol.
Really?
Oh, my goodness.
If Maggie's making them, they could be stronger.
Well, they could
be because you're not driving.
She was following the instructions.
Well, see, those are instructions you don't want to follow.
Well,
I mean,
no,
if it says
you do.
A shot, you can go 2.
Well, there are 2.
All
That's
right,
the
you
thing.
could go 3.
No.
You could make it stronger.
It's tequila.
I understand. And tequila is not my friend. I'd switch out vodka and make it.
No.
It works. It does work.
work.
At El Marisol, it does. They make it work.
They make it with vodka?
They can if you ask.
I'm not doing that.
Well, tequila is not my friend, so I asked for my friend vodka.
I love tequila.
I know you do.
Unfortunately,
it doesn't love you.
Doesn't always love me.
You don't realize yet tequila is not your friend.
Well, no, it is my friend.
It really isn't.
A good shot of tequila is almost like a 5-hour energy. You ever notice that? Bam, and I'm ready to go.
You are ready to go when you have tequila. That you probably shouldn't.
Tequila's a good thing.
Even a good sipping tequila. Every now and then, good. Still not your friend.
I love tequila.
I know, but tequila does not love you.
It's good.
It's red flags all over it.
Well, we had a good time with the chispas yesterday and put together. It was a very productive day. So there you go.
I'm glad you had a productive day yesterday. I didn't do a damn thing.
No?
Nope. I had a hell of a Friday night. I had a long Saturday. And yesterday, tried making poor man burn ends. And I did nothing yesterday. We watched a couple of movies. I couldn't tell you what they were. I stayed in the air conditioning. I was as unproductive and outside of some grilling. That was it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope. Needed a day like that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. But you did, because many times as you swung the golf club on Saturday, Jeez, I don't know how you woke up not being sore.
You know, here's the thing. Rob Thompson and I were talking about this. So my Friday night, we did a show at the Rock Box and at Sam's Burger Joint, and then back at the Rock Box, and somehow ended up on the bus with POD. And it was, I'm glad our tea time was at noon, because I don't think I would have made 10.
Uh-huh.
And then, of course, we played golf. But Rob and I were talking about this because you know, you Pledge, Rob Thompson from the Morning Huddle, and myself, we all went and played golf. Rob and I got our money's worth.
You did.
We swung the club more than anybody else out there. I think that's better.
Well, no, the problem is they're redoing the course. It looks great, but
yes,
you set them back a couple of months.
I did not.
I mean, there's ditches out there that were never there before you and Thompson got a hold of it.
I mean, it's just areas they need. I stayed out of the good areas.
Yeah.
I mean, I did them a favor.
Yeah.
You know, we stayed out of the nice areas. I mean, because the course does look fantastic.
And Rob donated at least 24 golf balls to the cause.
At least. I can tell you, I lost 7 golf balls. That's it. 7. And for me, that's a good day.
All right.
For me, that's a good day.
Yeah, all right.
You know, now part of that is there were a couple I didn't hit it far enough to lose them, but I was able to find those. But I only lost 7, so I was pretty happy.
Well, they're happy at the Golf Club of Texas because you have to buy more.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
Worked out all the way around. Still didn't see the white belt display. I'm wondering when.
You didn't even wear a white belt.
I didn't, because it didn't match the outfit.
What do you mean it didn't match the outfit? What color were your shoes?
Well, my shoes were white.
I was told by somebody, Joe Reinagel, that you match your belt with your shoes, because a white belt will go with dark shorts, bright shorts. It doesn't matter. Whatever color your golf shoes are is what color your belt should be. So you show up with black shorts, white shoes, and a black belt.
A black belt, yeah.
What is up with that?
I look damn good. Damn good, yeah.
Sure. Of course you did.
I did.
Yeah. And you would have looked goofy as hell with a white belt.
I'm with you, Thompson and Pledge. I could wear a sack and look better.
Well,
look pretty good.
I mean, I mean, this is true. I mean, you are correct, sir. We all look good. Well, except Pledge. Pledge somehow.
What? Pledge had a vest on. What was that?
A vest with a hoodie. I don't understand a grown ass man wearing that. It looked like something straight out of a Beavis and Butthead cartoon.
It was
and today he's wearing a 1988 members only jacket.
He is.
It is 100 degrees outside, and he's wearing a leather coat in the studio. Are you wearing shorts too?
Pledge was giving me golf tips, though.
He was.
He was.
You were slowing everybody down.
Well, I mean, there were a couple of tweaks he made, and it helped me tremendously.
It did.
It did.
Pledge is a golf pro.
Yeah.
And what really pisses you off about Pledge, because we're out there just jacking around. I don't know how many beers in we are towards the end. You had to leave because, you know, your wife called in. You know, it was time for Joe to go. And so it's just the three of us finishing up this round. And Thompson and I are putting the ball where we visualized it landing, because we're basically playing best ball close to where Pledge is hitting it. And on the back 9, Pledge shoots. What'd you have? Your 1 over? Yeah, what'd you have? A couple of birdies, and well, I don't know. He gets all mad because he bogeys a hole.
Well, sure.
His one bogey of the day, and he's mad.
Well, you got to strive for perfection.
Dude, this guy at this point, we're all out here. We've been drinking all day. It's hot, right? The only person taking it serious in our group is him. And even then, the fact that he bogeyed a hole after the worst drive I've ever seen James Pledger have, and he still gets a bogey, and he's mad the rest of the day.
That's too bad. The good news is it was so hot, you could drink beer all day and not worry about it. And we did.
We drank a lot of beer and peed once.
We didn't have to pee much, that's for sure. We got our money's worth.
Yeah, we did.
It stayed in a little longer.
We sweat it out. Sweat it out. It was a good day at the Golf Club of Texas.
Weekend, yeah.
Which is looking good. We got to do that more often. The leaves continue to fall for Jerry Jones. In fact, the whole damn tree, the whole forest is now falling on Jerry Jones. Let's talk about it coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 FM.
Rob Thompson here for my favorite fantasy app. It's Prize Picks. I'm just one of 3 million people that love more or less. Where else are you going to take a $10 play and turn it into 100x of your cash? It's Prize Picks. And as basketball winds down, the games continue. Yeah, lots of finals action there. More or less, you fantasy guys, you know how to play along with the other 5 million active members. More or less is all that matters. And in June, as basketball winds down, I have got the fun for you. Esports. Yeah, get in on esports every Wednesday and Saturday in June, and your lineup doesn't win, you'll get your entry fee back. Choose the Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, League of Legends. You know them. Go play them. Fantasy games elevated. More or less. It's easy. Take $10, turn it into 100x of cash, and it's so easy to play. Remember the code ALAMO. Go to prizepicks.com. Get yourself signed up. Use that fantasy knowledge. Go play today. That's Prize Picks and Alamo.
Sherry, what have you done to your hair?
What do you mean? Does it not look good?
It doesn't look good. It looks freaking amazing. I can't believe how thick and healthy it looks. Oh, I must know your secret.
No secret. It's hair volume from New Nordic.
Hair volume, huh? Well, it certainly lives up to its name. Your hair has never looked so thick. It is gorgeous.
I was so tired of having thin and brittle hair. Ugh, and the shedding. So I figured I'd give hair volume a try. Needless to say, I'm thrilled with the results. Hey, where are you going?
I'm going to pick up some hair volume right now. My reunion's next month, and I want my hair to look as good as yours.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural health products from New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Scandinavia. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or your local Walgreens, Rite Aid, or CVS. Available as a tablet or delicious gummy. Help your hair look full, voluminous, and beautiful again at nordicUSA.com, Walgreens, Rite Aid, or CVS.
Pork rinds pack a protein punch and are the boldest low-carb snacks out there. Skip the chip and try Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds for that ultimate crunch. And with flavors that will have you craving for more, the time to stock up on Southern Recipe at H-E-B is now. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. Not a rate based on Terry, who keeps and makes the car behind them. Oh no, they're about to. Save with DriveWise in the Allstate app and only pay a rate based on you.
Not available in every state, subject to terms and conditions. Rating factors and savings vary, and in some states your rate could increase with high-risk driving. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The fight for justice never ends. In Texas, there's only one name you need to know. Thomas J. Henry Law. We're one of the biggest personal injury firms in Texas with the money to fight for you. We invest in expert witnesses, investigators, and cutting-edge technology because the best evidence wins cases. And you only pay if we win. No upfront fees, no hidden costs. We give back to the communities we serve, from school supplies for tens of thousands of kids to food for families and pets. Thomas J. Henry. Visit us online at tjhlaw.com. San Antonio.
Are your windows struggling to keep up with the game? It's time to upgrade with Maverick Windows. Stay ahead of the competition with energy-efficient windows. Call Maverick Windows at 800-972-3631. That's 800-972-3631 to get a free quote.
With a true Vegas feel, the Big Blind is the premier poker room in San Antonio, featuring an upscale environment catering to players from all abilities. From high-octane tournaments or lively cash games, the Big Blind has a game for everyone, including blackjack tournaments. From the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, the Big Blind is locally owned and operated, offering daily cash games to daily, weekly, and monthly tournaments. Learn more online at thebigblindsa.com. The Big Blind at 281 and Redland Road.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Who in the world would think that we're not working on it? I work on it. It pops open at 2 a.m. sometimes. What your actually question is why don't you have something done and negotiated and put in the drawer? Well, we'd like to see some more leaves fall. We'd like to see some more action.
You know, that was Jerry Jones prior to the draft. Leaves have fallen, trees have fallen, hell, the whole forest may have fell. I don't know what other options he was looking for other than CeeDee Lamb is going to cost you more now than he would have a couple of months ago.
Yeah. Well, $35 million for Justin Jefferson, 110, guaranteed?
4 years, $140 million total, 110 guaranteed. He got $88 million today.
Right.
Do it signing. And you look at Jerry Jones always waiting. I can't tell you if the Cowboys are a well-run organization or not. There are times where they act like it. The last couple of years, the way they put the roster together, yes, that is a well-run front office. But when it comes to star players and big contracts like Dak Prescott or this deal with CeeDee Lamb or the upcoming deal with Micah Parsons, Jerry Jones tends to wait. And when you wait, it costs you more money. I don't get his philosophy on waiting, but he's consistent with it. He waits. For whatever business reason Jerry Jones does, he waits. And it costs him more every time, and it's going to cost him more now with CeeDee Lamb.
Well, they got $9 million on June 1st.
Okay, good.
You know, that was that Michael Gallup post-June 1 cut. So they did get $9 million in salary cap. Knew it was coming. Maybe that's what Jerry was waiting on. And I'm serious about this, and I know exactly what you're going to say, but I don't care. There is no way CeeDee Lamb is getting north of $35 million a year. It's not happening.
All right. I know.
It's not happening.
And you might be right. I mean, Justin Jefferson became the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL.
Yes. What, $1 million more than Bosa? I think one of those guys. Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb wanted at one point to be the highest paid wide receiver. That ship might have sailed. I mean, CeeDee Lamb could still come in at 33, 34 a year.
Sure.
You know, his agent will figure out something. Maybe it's 4 years or 5 years, depending on how it is, where the numbers look better. But look at the guaranteed money. Of that 140, only 110 of that's guaranteed.
Right.
So there's a lot of ways to couch that.
Uh-huh.
But we do know CeeDee Lamb wanted to be at one point, at the very least, one of the, if not the, top paid wide receivers. This was CeeDee Lamb in February of this year in Vegas on Micah Parsons' podcast.
What do you got to say to Cowboys Nation? Like, you want to be back? Contract coming up. Gotta
secure it.
What numbers?
I can't give you no numbers right now. But I tell you this: one of the top paid receivers, for sure.
No,
if not the.
Break the bank.
If not the.
Break the bank.
If not the, brother. That's always the goal. You know what I'm saying? You know, you work hard to be in this position. So just having this opportunity, you know, I'm trying to take full advantage.
Well, of course you are. Look, I think what he said, if not the, I get it. But he said one of.
Yeah.
Realistically, and if and when he gets a deal, he will be. He'll be one of the top paid wide receivers.
Because you still have Chase, you still have Ayuk, you still have CeeDee. And if you're Jerry, and there are reports now that the Jefferson deal is done, contract talks might heat up, especially with mandatory camps this week. Maybe. Because the only option Jerry has is let him play this year and then franchise tag him. It's only going to cost Jerry Jones more in the long run if he waits. CeeDee's next. Maybe he does. I don't think so, because 33, 34, he's going to be in the neighborhood, but there's going to be some number in there that is going to be bigger than what Jefferson has, whether it's the total number. Maybe Jerry gets that fifth year, so it's going to look bigger. Look at the annual per year and the guaranteed money, because that's all that really matters. But CeeDee will figure out a way. His agents will figure out a way to where it looks better.
Sure.
Right. But will it
absolutely
be? It's a stupid amount of money, and it's gone from around 30 to now around 35 per year since Jerry Jones made the comment that he wanted leaves to fall, which was right before the draft.
Well, we'd like to see some more leaves fall. We'd like to see some more action.
Yeah. Get out your rake.
How much action do you need?
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
it.
You thought those guys in Minnesota were going to help you out?
Dude, I'm still not convinced.
Convinced at what?
You play this year, you tag, and you say adios.
It's certainly a possibility. CeeDee Lamb is one of the best wide receivers in the NFL.
Okay, yes.
And he has earned that right, and he's going to get compensated that way. I wonder if Jerry Jones, to your point, and I've said this for a while, is he going to be one that might try to reset the wide receiver market and have it go backwards like the running back market has done? But you look at the way the NFL is played today, you have to have that wide receiver, that top flight wide receiver that draws the defense attention. And CeeDee Lamb does that. There's lots of wide receivers out there, but you get that one guy on your team that is clearly the guy, and CeeDee is that. There was a time not long ago where paying $20 million for Amari Cooper seemed outrageous.
That was too much.
That's a bargain in today's NFL.
Are you kidding
it's
me?
Amazing how quickly things can change.
And they will change. And of course, you mean everybody except Patrick Mahomes. He can pull a guy off the street and be just fine and win Super Bowls. But I can see that scenario panning out.
Yep.
So, who knows what Jerry Jones is thinking at this point in time with what he's done and not done and waited a long time. I don't know, but I can't see him paying CeeDee Lamb more than $35 million a year. Now, the gymnastics you're talking about, certainly possible. And it looks better and it looks good and all the numbers bear out. But it's going to be interesting to see.
And one of the things that it's not necessarily rocket science here. I mean, you look at Jerry likes long-term contracts. Players want shorter contracts so they get back to the negotiating table sooner rather than later. Jerry likes the longer deals, so at some point it feels like it's a bargain. Also, you're able to spread out that cap number and that bonus money, that $88 million that Jefferson got today. The last couple of wide receiver deals that were done were all 3 years. Yeah. Jefferson's today is 4 years. And so if Jerry truly wants the 5th year and will play hardball, and I think we saw this with Dak, with Dak, even though he played on the tag twice, the total, Jerry got the years out of Dak Prescott that he was looking for. Will he do something similar with CeeDee? Will that 5th year or 4 years maybe? Because if Jefferson would have come in at 3 years, man, I really would have felt like Jerry's over the barrel here. But at 4 years, you still have some negotiating room that if it's 5 years, it's going to look that much better to CeeDee Lamb. What's important to you if you're CeeDee Lamb? I mean, he told Micah Parsons he wants to be a Cowboy for life. There is no secret about that. They also all want to get paid.
Well, sure they do. It's just a matter of what's enough. Is your ego such that you want to be the highest paid wide receiver or highest paid whatever?
Yes.
And perhaps, I mean, I don't know. I look around and okay, Jefferson's making $35 million a year. I mean, give me 33. I mean, I don't understand the whole ego thing when it comes to that. And I get because you want to be the best, but if you want to be the best, go out on the field and be the best and show them that you are the best. But I mean, I'll give you 35 and a half. You're the highest paid. Congratulations. I mean, to me, it just doesn't compute.
Well, again, the numbers are so big that it doesn't compute for us. The percentage of salary cap. Minnesota can do that with a quarterback now on their rookie deal. A little easier to absorb that. The Cowboys don't have that. And they also have Micah. But every team has a couple, 3 guys that are making a stupid amount of money and taking up a big percentage of the cap. Does their play warrant that? And CeeDee Lamb offensively, I mean, right now, I mean, you look at what the Cowboys have in the wide receiver room and in the backfield, he's their number one offensive weapon, outside of the quarterback. I mean, he is the guy, and he's going to get compensated that way.
Well, we'll see what happens and how Jerry plays it out. I mean, And it's going to be because it starts tomorrow, right? The mandatory minicamp for the Cowboys. Is CeeDee Lamb going to be there? Or will he just pay the fine and not show up? It's 3 days. And I saw a figure today that it would cost him up as much as $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're going to get paid $32 or $30+ million, what's $100,000?
I mean, he's only going to make 17 this year.
That's what I'm saying. So it's $100,000 to a guy like that.
You know, what a lot of guys do now is hold in. They show up, they just don't do any work. So they avoid the fines because they can't make the fines go away
Can't do that
anymore.
It's going to be interesting to see if he's there or not. And is there going to be any movement between now and tomorrow on CeeDee Lamb? Because these wide receiver contracts have been coming pretty quick. And everybody was waiting on Justin Jefferson. There are a couple of big ones that are still out there. So it's going to be interesting to see.
If your philosophy, Jerry Jones, has always been draft, develop, and pay your guys, get CeeDee Lamb's deal done. We're after June 1st now. All of the stuff, post June 1, pre June 1, all of that, get it done. Jefferson's deal is done. If you're waiting for that leaf to fall, you now know where the top of the market is. And my guess is CD is going to be just under that on his per year, and they'll figure out a way to make it look in some way more than what it really is.
All of those guys, I would contest, will be south of Justin Jefferson, including Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
I think all of them will be. So we'll see how it all plays out.
But not far south.
Well, no, not far south, but
south.
still farther south than that. I think Jefferson's going to hang on to that title for a little bit.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. It is.
But we'd like to see some more leaves fall. We'd like to see some more action.
Yeah. Yeah. What more action do you need, Jerry?
There you go.
You want Ayuk to get done first?
I'd rather have Jamar Chase get done.
You want Chase done?
Yeah, he's the next. Him and CD are right there.
The longer CD waits, the more he's going to make. If he would have done a deal a couple of months ago, it might have cost him $4 or $5 million per year.
Could be.
But he would have had the title for a week.
Yeah.
Highest paid wide receiver.
And obviously that's important,
and
I guess.
Waiting has made him more money.
Uh-huh.
CJ Stroud lists his top quarterbacks in the NFL. Plus, the great Larry Allen has passed away.
Sad news today.
We'll dive into that coming up here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Morning Huddle, Justin Jefferson got paid. How long will CD have to wait, and how much is he going to get?
And do we know anything more about Conor McGregor and UFC 303? We'll talk about it and more. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a...
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu.
Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With Wendy's new $3 English muffin deal, you can get your choice of a sausage or bacon, egg, and cheese English muffin with small seasoned potatoes.
And with all that for just $3, it really is a proper breakfast, wouldn't you say? Huh? With a light and fluffy toasted English muffin and crispy seasoned potatoes. Go on, Catherine, give it a go.
Okay. Jolly good morning.
Ah, close love. Grab a proper breakfast with Wendy's new $3 English muffin deal for a limited time.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Select a request English muffin deal to obtain discount. Not valid for a la carte or combo orders. Single item at regular price. Prices are higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Hi, everybody. Scott Innes here. For 25 years, I've been voicing lovable cartoon dogs like Scooby-Doo, Astro. Hey, I love puppies and dogs. And now I get to help pets that need a voice to save their lives. That's where the Puppy Food Bank comes in. The Puppy Food Bank helps pet rescue organizations so they can feed puppies. For just $11 a month, you can save a pet's life. Go to puppyfoodbank.org now and donate, and they'll send you a nice gift. Puppy Food Bank is proudly supported by Thomas J. Henry.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Introducing Lumi for Men, and we named him Mando. I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the inventor of Mando Whole Body Deodorant for pits, packages, and feet, because we all know our pits aren't the only place we get odor. Mando Whole Body Deodorant is different from anything you've ever tried before. It stops odor before it starts, powered by our acidified technology. Mando controls odor anywhere you have it. My patented whole body deodorant formula has over 200,000 five-star reviews. And because Mando has a 60-day stink-free guarantee, you can try Mando risk-free. Give Mando whole body deodorant a try today and smell like the stink-free man you were intended to be.
There's a special offer for listeners. Use code 1515 and get an extra $5 off a Mando starter pack that comes with a solid stick, cream tube, 2 free products of your choice, and ships free with code 1515. Go to shopmando.com, code 1515, for an extra $5 off a Mando starter pack. That's shopmando.com, code 1515.
Tomorrow morning at 6, it's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Check them out on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minnix. Glad to have you along. If you're listening on the radio, maybe you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. You can comment there. Whatever app, whatever the device is. I imagine all of you kind of felt the same way Joe and I did when you got the news this morning, however you got it, that Larry Allen at 52 passed away.
With his family, vacationing in Mexico.
Which sounds like a great way to go. I don't know. I mean, is there a good way? I mean, you're on vacation, having a good time, and I don't know. I mean, just the idea is now that I'm north of 50, somebody at 52 passes away, and you know like once you get over 50, you know, before 50, over 50, it used to be, well, they had a good run. See, I've adjusted that as I've gotten over 50. And I will continue to adjust it until I can't anymore. You know, like over 60, you've had a good run.
Oh, you think so? I think, no, I've got, I'd like to go a little further.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's, Larry Allen was an interesting guy to be around when I was covering the Cowboys. I'm sure you were the same way. And what I find interesting about Larry Allen, other than when he went into the Hall of Fame, which was 11 years ago, you don't see him around. You never see him at camp. You don't see him at a lot of different things. I mean, it's just like that guy, football's over, and wherever he's at, he's doing his own thing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of guys that do that. Being in the spotlight was never anything that Larry Allen really cared to unless he was bench pressing 700 pounds.
That's incredible. But he touched a lot of people, and I think that's the thing. I mean, gosh, Emmitt Smith crying today on a post that he made.
The one thing about Larry Allen I know, he had a big heart, and he lived life
to the fullest. A man of very few words, but on the football field was a beast. And will be sorely missed, and he's always missed because he never came back to any of our functions. I don't know if it's because he put football behind him and moved on, but my thoughts and prayers goes out to his family. My heart is just broken.
Yeah, it's. I mean, and if you watch that video, Emmett's crying.
Emmett's
I mean,
crying.
he is crying, and he's very sad about what happened. And yeah, everybody liked Larry Allen, and to me, it's hard to argue that he might be the best offensive lineman to ever play the game of football.
Not just in Cowboys history, but NFL history.
Yes.
There is a great Pat Summerall, John Madden highlight that will take you back for a variety of reasons, because it's Pat Summerall and it's John Madden and it's the dominating Dallas Cowboys led by Larry Allen.
Now watch what this guy here does to this guy here. That is, if you want to be a blocker, you want to be a guard, you do this. That is called a pancake. I mean, that is manhandling. That is putting the guy right on his body. You know, and as I said, Ellis Johnson is a good player. He just doesn't know what to do now. So the thing that you always do is you say, just get low. And I watch Ellis Johnson. He gets so low there. He just took his head and just stuck it right in the ground. He said, I am not going to let Larry Allen get underneath my shoulder pads. What are you going to do? I have no idea. I'd ask for help. I'd stop. I'd say, you know, someone else, you try this a while.
That's LaFleur, who moved over to the right end. Here's Emmitt Smith again. Emmitt flashes into the secondary and down to about the 5-yard line.
You're right in behind Larry Allen again over Ellis Johnson. There's nothing Ellis Johnson can do about it. You're going to see it right here. I mean, Ellis Johnson has to line up. He has to end up right there. And I know it's not a one-man gang, but he's trying to do everything he can, and he's just getting manhandled. Yeah. He's getting whipsawed. He's getting blocked and turned and twisted, and he's trying everything. I mean, he's been up high. He's been down low. He tried to move to the right or the left. You can't get away from it.
What can you do in a situation like that? I mean, it's a helpless feeling.
I don't know. I always say that he's the best offensive lineman in football, and then when I say that, there are pundits. Is that the word pundits that argue?
that is the word.
Tony Baselli is the best, and I don't know, but I would take this guy. You know, like anything that would be, you know, where you needed a guy to go in. I think I'd take him.
Well, if Baselli is better, he should be out for him.
What a great line.
I mean, I hate to make this a Larry Allen highlight film. He just took Cornelius Bennett. That time they ran to the right, but they still ran behind Larry Allen by having him pull, and he pulled and knocked Cornelius Bennett down, and I could feel it all the way and hear it all the way up here. I'm not kidding you. I mean, watch, he's going to pull and make contact right here. Watch it. Here's where he's going to end up. Now watch that. Boom! Look at that. I mean, he knocked him right out of the picture.
He did. He knocked him right out of the picture. That was great. And that was one drive against the Colts that Larry Allen just dominated.
But he did that all the time.
All the time.
I mean, Emmitt Smith, as great as he was, he had some beasts and beef in front of him. There's no doubt.
The offensive line, and Emmitt will tell you this, there's a reason he's the all-time leading rusher because of that offensive line. Larry Allen, such a big part of everything that they did, and a man of few words. But the stories about Larry Allen that you're going to hear over the next couple of days, whether it's, you know, former co-host here, Dat Wynn, Michael Irvin has some incredible Larry Allen stories. Emmitt, you know, and you think about Larry Allen, you look at right now, Tyler Smith was given number 73 because the Cowboys don't retire numbers.
Right.
Guys go into the Ring of Honor, but now you get a number, and it's because you've got to live up to that guy's number. And they gave 73 to Tyler Smith, who last week during the voluntary workouts was asked about Larry Allen.
I mean, it's huge for sure. Obviously, you know, just knowing Larry and everything he did, you know, how great he was. You know, it's just my mission to be the best me I can be, you know, be the best Tyler Smith I can be every single day, you know, just improve, stay hungry, you know, never lose that passion, just continue to get better.
What do you know about Larry?
Man, I know a little bit. Sonoma State. Shoot, he almost died of meningitis when he was a kid. He's very tough. Bro, just a dog. I've seen the tape. Obviously, extremely athletic. Famous for the chase down block against the Saints. One of the best pulling guards probably to ever play in the NFL. Because not many people is doing people like that anymore.
Can you bench? Can you bench what he benched? What was his deal?
He's probably like benching 500-600. I tend to stay away with it. I just want to let him have that for him. So, if I ever do it, it'll probably be real quiet about it. Yeah.
I don't blame him. Hey, if he can be anything like Larry Allen, then it will be a successful career. Probably be a Hall of Fame career. Larry Allen was something else, man. He just was. And I tell you what, there's certain things you wake up to and you look at it, it's like a kick in the gut.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. And that was like, wow, I can't believe that happened.
Yeah. At 52.
Yeah.
At 52 years old.
On vacation with his family.
Mm-hmm.
Sad news today.
Sucks.
It does. It does.
Remember one time at training camp, he saw that I had a dip can. Can I get a dip from you? He's in the middle of practice.
Uh-huh.
Gave him my can. He took the biggest pinch. It was over half a can. I mean, it was the most ridiculous amount of tobacco that man put in his mouth, and then went and was going through drills. And I was like, I don't have enough now for the rest of the day. I'm going to have to stop at the store.
And he had plenty of money to, maybe throw you 100 or something,
Yeah. No, but that guy had that, and then is hitting people with that. Yeah, I don't know how he does.
Tough dude. Larry Allen, 52. I'm sure a lot of Cowboy greats that are very sad right now.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
What I know about Larry, just in talking to people through the years, there are vocal leaders. Michael Irvin was a vocal leader. Dat Wynn was a vocal leader. Troy, Emmett, very vocal leaders.
Yeah.
Larry Allen wasn't, but there was no doubt he led that room.
Well, sure.
And when he said something, everybody paid attention.
Dude, if he's not the best to ever play the offensive line, he's certainly in the top 3. There's no question about it. So, look, those guys especially, you're in that locker room, you're on the practice field, you're on the field on a Sunday afternoon, you know who the best are.
Yep.
You know who they are. And everybody knew Larry Allen was the best.
It's interesting when you put together a list of top 5, top 10, there's always debate, right? And that's what lists are for. They're great for debate.
Lost a lot of respect for this young man.
Who's that? CJ Stroud?
Yeah.
Because he put himself on the list?
Well, that's one thing. Yes.
It's one thing. You're self-excluded. Here would be my list.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
That's how most would do it.
Yeah.
But I'd say give him a couple years and he'll figure that part out. But CJ Stroud on the $1 million worth of game podcast listed as top 5 quarterbacks from last year.
So look, final 5: Mahomes, Lamar, myself, Dak,
Joey B.
No, he didn't really play last year. And then Hurts. Dak, that boy. Y'all not gonna say that because he ain't won the big one.
You said Matthew Stafford?
Yeah, Matthew, but he was
Cowboys.
top 5.
Cowboys thing.
Well, you gonna put Dak Prescott in there over Joe Burrow?
Yeah, I got.
I'm saying for last year, dog. He ain't play all year. He got hurt. Well, we can Burrow, one of my favorite players. I'm out of my game after Burrow a little bit. Like Dak tough, bro. Dak is one of the most accurate quarterbacks.
Y'all gotta see them in the world.
Yeah, we playing.
Oh my God, the battle of Texas.
You gonna take care Monday night? Yeah, where y'all playing at? In Dallas.
Okay. Full transparency. I didn't know it was just last year. I thought this was his all, of the guys out there now. So okay, I kind of see that. I can see why he included himself in that. I'm not sure Jalen Hurts had that great a year last year.
I mean, his opinion, you can debate it.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
But I do think that it's interesting when you look at Dak and even the people that's on the podcast with him. Dak had an incredible season, and people want to say that he sucks. How do you put him in there? How do you do this? How do you do that? Oh, is he worth his contract and all that? Dak is one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League in the regular season. And again, you look at that when you start measuring playoff success. You got Josh, you got Lamar, you got all these other guys, not named Mahomes, that have yet to hoist a Lombardi trophy.
Yeah.
Or get to the Super Bowl. Burrow's at least been to a Super Bowl. But they're fun lists to debate. But when you look at Dak, if and when he ever gets over that hurdle, and that's a big if and a bigger win, you wonder what his reputation would change to.
Well, it would change. There's no doubt about it, because that is the measuring stick. So it definitely would change. And I know you don't believe me, but it would change if they would make a run, if they would get to the NFC Championship game. I mean, that would change a lot in my mind. Look, Dak is a good quarterback in the regular season, but there are some guys that just cannot handle the spotlight. And Dak Prescott is one of those guys.
Oh, Dak can handle the spotlight fine. He survived being the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys all these years. No, he hasn't been able to play well in a big game.
That's it.
Along with the rest of his teammates.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's not like Dak is the only one that has played poorly in these postseason losses.
It doesn't matter. We're looking at Dak Prescott.
All right, but
here we go. Did he play well in that game? No, he did not.
He didn't. But you can't say that he can't handle the spotlight.
He's 2-5.
He's quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. There's not a brighter spotlight out there.
Okay, he can't handle the big game. How about that? You know, when it takes spotlight away from it, that's fine. But when the games matter more than others, that's the game he can't handle.
I love you, Dak. Yeah. I mean, and again, there's no argument there. He's not played well in the postseason, but it's not all on him.
Well, no, but
I mean,
a lot of it is,
receivers drop passes. Look at Tony Romo. He gets blamed for going to Mexico, and Patrick Creighton had 2 moments in that game that could have changed all kinds of things. But Tony Romo gets all the crap for it.
And Romo, if he wouldn't have slid on his butt, he would have been different too had he made it into the end. So remember that? Was he falling his butt?
Well, no, he got tripped up after he dropped the snap.
Whatever the case was.
Yes.
Those kind of moments are not good. Look, you say all you want and take them for Dak. That's great. He threw 2 poor passes that were picked off that led to 14 points early in that game, changed the entire momentum of everything. That's on Dak.
Yeah, I kind of think that the defense had already given up stuff, and CeeDee had a couple of drops right before.
Well, one of them was a pick six, so I'm not sure the defense had anything to do with that.
Oh, you're right, but at that point, that made it 27-0.
Doesn't matter.
The game was over.
Well, one of them was early that made it 14-0, if I recall.
You pick and choose what you want. I mean,
I'm not picking anything.
You
it's
really
facts.
are.
Go back to the box score, and you'll see.
I can. I was at that game. Remember?
Well, there you go. Then you should know better than anybody.
But it wasn't all on Dak. The entire team played like crap.
I agree with that.
And instead of Mike McCarthy taking heat for not having his team ready to play, you blame one guy.
No,
and they were all bad except for your boy Jake Ferguson.
Well, exactly.
Before you can get there, let's throw in Jake Ferguson,
which is another fact that we can. There's no debate. Look, I'm not blaming just Dak.
It sounds like it.
He was poor early in that game.
He was.
He played poorly.
He was.
It's a fact.
Nobody's arguing.
Okay. Well, yeah. You're acting like it's everybody else. This guy dropped the pass.
Like it's everybody.
This guy did that.
A collective group.
Dak was perfect. Yeah, Dak, you sound like Micah Parsons talking about Micah Parsons.
No, Micah can only talk about Micah that way.
We have established a championship program. It's just not the world championship yet.
See?
Yeah.
Mike's got it right.
Well, it's coming, right?
Yes.
Soon. I just hope I'm still alive.
All I know is I know you know nothing about hockey, although a guy did tweet me a video over the weekend that might get you into hockey. Did you see that?
No.
You sure you didn't see that? Edmonton Oiler fan?
I don't recall that, no.
I tagged you in the tweet because you say, show this to Joe. And I'm like, you can actually show that to Joe by tagging him in Twitter at Joe Reinagel 210. But she was flashing the crowd. And
I saw that. I did see that now. Yes.
Yeah, that should get you into hockey.
Dude.
Couple of pucks right off the glass.
Yeah, the whole package was nice.
Absolutely.
Well, like
yeah, it was there.
Just saying.
Yeah, boobs. Oh, yeah, I'll watch hockey now. Connor McDavid has been the best player. He's the chosen one. He's been in the league. This is year number 9.
Who's he play for?
Edmonton.
All right.
And last night with their win, and his goal was just stupid last night. First time he's finally leading his team to the Stanley Cup Finals.
How about
It's
that?
taken them 9 years.
Now, who are they playing? Do we know yet?
The Florida Panthers.
Okay.
Who finished off the New York Rangers.
I was watching the Cardinals and the Phillies.
Only thing
last
you
night.
cared about hockey was boobs.
Dude, I did see that. Now I come to think of it, I don't know how I forgot about that. Well, I like porn.
I don't know. You forgot about them either.
It was impressive. That's for sure.
Those are Canadian. You know that,
Well,
eh?
are they? Yeah, I guess they are.
Oilers.
Ah.
She's an Oiler fan.
I had no idea.
Yes,
they
the
made them
Edmonton
like that in
Oilers.
Canada. Hey? Woo!
It's cold in those arenas.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was impressive. Did I ever tell you the Fiesta story?
What
Real
Fiesta
quick.
story?
We had this reporter named Dale Cedars. Don't know if you recall her. Dale Cedars. This was years ago. Doing a live shot. I think it was in Nyosa. And right behind her, man, some lady lifted up her shirt, boobs and all, on live TV on Ken's 5. It was hilarious.
Yeah?
Yeah, Cedars never had any clue. No clue that happened until after the fact.
Well, sure. How long until the director took that off camera?
Well, it wasn't like showing it a long time. It was kind of like just a
Did it represent San Antonio well?
no, if I recall correctly.
That's unfortunate.
Or yes, however you want to.
No. I know what you mean. She represented Canada extremely well.
Extremely well, yes. Yes, I did see that.
Kansas had issues with that.
Does that happen every game?
Happens more than you think.
Really?
Hockey's a wonderful sport.
Okay.
You should start watching.
Maybe I will.
Stanley Cup starts on Saturday.
On Saturday.
Why the NHL is waiting, I don't know.
They're following the NBA's example.
I don't know. Some guy not named Joe Reinagel tried to slip his phone number to a golfer on the course. We'll explain coming up on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Boy, all I hear about all over social media, on our YouTube channel, all the people that were at the Big Blind this weekend, and Saturday night, what a big event they had with the UFC fight and the buffet and all of that stuff. And that's what they're doing all the time at the Big Blind. As we head into the summertime, they're going to have all kinds of stuff going on. They do every night. And if you haven't been to the Big Blind, you need to get over there and check that place out. It is a lot of fun. You don't have to be an expert poker player to go in there. They also have blackjack tournaments on the weekends as well. So check out the Big Blind. It is the premier poker room in San Antonio, and it's not even close. They have daily cash games, weekly, monthly tournaments, all of the stuff that you would expect from a premier poker room right here in San Antonio. And they're from the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, so it's locally owned. That is important. The Big Blind offers food and beverage served directly to your table. They've got a full bar. It's a great looking bar, by the way. And of course, all the games on all the TVs that they have all over the place. Get down to the Big Blind, check them out. You owe it to yourself to do so. You know where it is. It's right down from the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, right there at 281 and Redland Road.
This is The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Feel that heat? That's how it should feel when you're outdoors watching your favorite team coming up to bat, not in your home. Call Maverick Windows at 800-972-3631 and get a free quote for new energy-efficient windows.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
Gotta change my oil.
How about new Valvoline Restore and Protect? It restores and protects your engine to run like new.
It restores your engine to like
factory clean,
and protects.
So Valvoline Restore and Protect restores and protects.
Now you can get 5 quarts with an STP extended life oil filter for $37.99.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to hims.com/joy. That's HIMS.com/JOY.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hey, pet parents. With Progressive's collision coverage, you get extra protection for your cat or dog, because there's nothing worse than seeing your pet hurt. Like when you see their face after accidentally stepping on their tail, and you say, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Pickles." But as you kiss his nose and rub his little belly welly, you know Mr. Pickles is thinking, "You betrayed me." Anywho, Progressive pays up to $1,000 in vet bills if your pet is injured in an auto accident. Learn more at Progressive.com and watch where you step. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Collision coverage subject to policy terms. Not available in all states.
Febreze.
Fabric Talk. Hey, it's me, your couch. Today's my favorite day of the week. Febreze Fabric Spray Day. The occasional deep cleans are nice, but in between, you know I'm needing a refresh. Ooh, here she comes with the Febreze Fabric Spray. Oh yeah, spritz them armrests. Don't be shy. Nothing like a good spray down to get me smelling so fresh and clean. Don't forget my back. Nice. Febreze Fabric Spray. It's just that easy. Now we can both breathe happy. Febreze. La 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 la.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
My car.
but what you really need to say is something that can actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And just like that, State Farm is there to help you file your claim right on the State Farm mobile app. So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Score a trip for 4 to Orlando's most magical theme park, including airfare and hotel. Register now to win at SanAntonioSportsStar.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Sad news coming out of Dallas today. Cowboys Hall of Fame guard Larry Allen has passed away. Did so yesterday while vacationing with his family in Mexico. Age 52, young man. Allen, 7-time first-team All-Pro and 11-time Pro Bowl, and, of course, a Hall of Famer. Justin Jefferson, Vikings wide receiver, signed a record deal for a non-quarterback. 4 years, $140 million. 110 of that is guaranteed.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minnix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minnix.
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy, howdy. You want leaves to fall? I don't know the math, but I'll trust this from Pro Football Focus. The NFL salary cap in 2024 is $225 million.
Okay.
If CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott look to match top of the market contracts, Dallas will have 35% of their cap tied up in just one quarterback wide receiver combination.
Wow.
That might be the leaves that Jerry's truly waiting to fall. Now with CD, he could still play for 17 this year and have the new contract kick in next year. If they do it that way.
Right.
And we know the cap will go up with some of those new streaming deals that are going in next year. But maybe that's some of the math that Jerry's looking at is, does this make sense? His credit card analogy, which I'm still trying to figure out. Can we afford all of this? Because at some point we got to pay these bills, and minimum payments doesn't get it cut.
Well, he can afford it. There's no doubt. But what do you do with the rest of the team?
Well,
if you've got 35% tied up in 2 guys, and you got to sign Micah Parsons too. So then you're going to have 50% tied up in 3 guys. It doesn't leave a lot of room for everybody else.
Well, I mean, where is Diggs factoring in there? The end of D Law's deal. I mean, so there is some salary cap gymnastics that the Cowboys certainly have to figure out. But when you start looking at the numbers and you wonder why you're waiting, that might be some of it right there. I don't know, but it's costing them more the longer they wait. That's the problem.
Or is it?
Well, if you're keeping them.
If you're keeping them, that's a big if. Nobody's been signed yet.
Nope. Options.
Okay.
Options.
Yeah. How's that Trey Lance guy doing?
Do I really need that TV? Answer is always yes. Let's do the headline blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
What are you laughing at?
I was thinking about this Charlie Hull. Have you heard of her?
No. Well, last week I kind of heard of her because, she's John Daly. Just on the LPGA tour.
He walks around with a cigarette hanging out of her mouth. And semi-attractive golfer, I guess. You would. I guess people in England think she is. She is a Brit.
And
she talks like that. So
she doesn't talk like that.
She does. She talks
does not
just
sound
like that.
No, she doesn't. She's far sexier sounding than you.
I don't know. It's pretty damn close.
I don't know if you're trying to be Irish right now. You sound more like Conor McGregor and the Lucky Charms guy than you do a female golfer.
So I tuned in CBS yesterday, watched the end of the Canadian Open.
Yeah.
Balionis, Rory McIlroy, side by side being interviewed. I'm just wondering. Sparks were flying.
Yeah. Were they?
Yeah.
Did you see them?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was trying to steal those Lucky Charms.
Well, yeah. She just wants to
be stealing my Lucky Charms. So, back to the story of Charlie Hull. Apparently a pretty good female golfer. Has really come on strong, but apparently they had the U.S. Open, the women, right?
Yeah.
It was their U.S. Open this week, and some guy slips her a note. She thought it was for an autograph, but it had his phone number on it.
A ballsy move.
Yeah, I give him credit for that.
Would you try that? If you were single, obviously.
No, I wouldn't have the stones to do that.
It's actually quite funny. I don't know, all over a cigarette, I suppose. But I generally
it doesn't
was
sound
walking
like
to
you
the
at all.
range, had my hands full. Someone asked me for an autograph, and I'm not going to say no because I always like signing autographs to them. Just had my cigarette in my mouth, signed it, and then it's gone viral. But I don't know. It's just one of them things. But then it's been crazy. Like the fans have been shouting my name this week. Someone said I've dropped something and then handed their phone number in my hand, on a piece of paper in my hand, and I thought it was so funny. I was like, "Here's my number. Text me so we can figure out where I'm taking out for dinner tonight." I never text them, obviously, but it was just so funny. But yeah, no, it's been a bit of a wild week. Like pretty cool, and I wish the crowds were like this more often.
I just think it's great. I give the guy an A for effort, man.
Sure.
I mean, hey, if you don't swing, you know if you're going to hit or not, right?
I mean, very true. Although you hear her and hear you should stop the accent.
I thought I was spot on.
You are not.
It was perfect.
It was not.
She's walking around with a cigarette hanging out of her mouth.
It's actually quite funny. I don't know.
It's actually quite funny.
Yeah. I suppose, but
what you're hearing and what we're hearing are two different things.
It's actually quite funny.
Yeah, you aren't. She is.
It's actually quite funny. I don't.
It's English accents. Jolly-o.
What?
I say.
What?
Play it again, Bill.
Here we go.
It's actually quite funny.
We eat like a spot of tea. Oh my goodness. Oh, Charlie. wonder if she'll call that dude.
I don't know. Did you see that comment from Rudolph Gonzalez?
What it's like.
You all right?
I'm great. I'm great. Having a good time.
We go from that accent to Dabo Sweeney. Here's a bizarre story, a video that's gone viral.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Braden Jacobs checking in at Clemson's official visit weekend with my best friend and head coach, Dabo Sweeney.
Hey, and I'm Coach Dabo Sweeney, Clemson's football, hanging out with
Braden Jacobs.
The best. 5-star. You 5-star? You're 5-star in my
I
book.
should be a 5-star.
You're a 10-star. 10-star. 10-star in my book. What do you think? You ever seen a bedazzled football?
I've never seen a bedazzled football. First one.
Hey, and you know, we got another. Well, he's on the other side. So
yeah, well,
is it okay to be in your
going
is it okay for Marty to be in your video?
Still going Clemson.
You be in the video? A lot of battles between these two one day. A lot of battles. A lot of battles.
Always be the best place to go.
Go Tigers.
That was, it's one thing to hear that, another thing to watch.
Yeah, it is.
Sweeney's a goofball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he embarrassed himself.
Mm-hmm. Those are two videos you guys should go find.
Yeah, you should. What coaches have to do these days to get players to stay, make goofy videos.
Did you see the Coastal Carolina baseball coach? Baseball game ends. Apparently, he's done.
Yeah,
right. He's off to retirement because he is sick of the NIL.
Had a system where everyone was a free agent every year. You even realize what chaos would be? It would go away. You wouldn't have those three sports. If you did, baseball, it'd be the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Dodgers, Texas, and the rest of the teams couldn't compete because they would spend every amount of money they needed to spend to do it. And that's what's going on right now. Yeah, I mean, there's not a level playing field. It's just ridiculous for me. As much as I'm going to miss the kids, and I'm going to miss the heck out of them, dealing with that mess, I'm telling you right now, I mean, the fact that there are teams in college baseball giving $2+ million of NIL money away. I mean, come on, man. It's just, a real system would be one where they get a little bit of money, but then they put money in trust or this and that, so that you have the horror stories you see in the NFL and in different places. Major League Baseball gets big signing bonuses, and boom, 5-10 years later they're broke. They don't have a dime. They don't have an education. They don't have anything. I mean, there has to be a better way. It's not just who can raise the most money and give it away. There has to be a better way because, like I said, professional sports would go in the toilet in a hurry if we use this system. I mean, this is me as a college coach. This is what I have to deal with. You can sign your returning players to a scholarship which binds you to them, but they can come around in July and go, I'm going to go in a portal. I'm up in the Cape and somebody's going to give me a big NIL deal. And, you were held accountable, coach. You had to honor that scholarship you gave me, but, now I'm going to go in the portal and leave you hanging. That's a messed up system. I hope somebody fixes it. I'm going to be honest with you. That part I'm going to enjoy that, to be very honest with you.
He's right.
He's right.
He's absolutely right. The NFL would be nothing without a salary cap, without contracts, without all that stuff. And that's where we're headed with college athletics. Who knew it was? We only talk about football and basketball. I didn't know it was happening in baseball too.
It's happening in every sport.
Everywhere.
Every sport is out there. And one aspect of it that most of us don't ever consider. Coach gives you a scholarship. That's binding.
Yeah.
You only have so many. And you have one.
Yeah.
He can't come to you and say, you know what, Joe, you're out because I'm going to bring in this other guy.
Right.
But you can go.
Yeah. It's just not right on so many levels. And it's got to be regulated and professional sports wise, the way they do it in Major League Baseball, the NBA, the NFL. That's how it needs to happen.
It's how it needs to happen. So we've got a couple of days before the NBA finals get underway, which is good because that gives us a couple of days to focus on the draft, which is also right around the corner. Spurs have 2 picks in the top 10. Let's talk about that. Coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star.
Well, you talk about opening up social media and the posts that you see. Well, I'm seeing more and more now from Parkhurst New Vision of happy patients, happy customers, if you will, that have gone in there for either LASIK or lens replacement or whatever they're going in to do, because the results are just absolutely phenomenal. I had my eye done, lens replacement surgery, last summer. And I'm still loving the results. They are fantastic. I love them. And now it's kind of like a little community of people that are just happy with the folks at Parkhurst New Vision, because Dr. Parkhurst and his staff are the absolute best. They do what they do, and they take a lot of pride in what they do. And they like seeing those posts and the happy faces that come out of there. Look, you can be a member of that community as well. All you got to do is take that first step. Give them a call, 210-585-2020. You can also check them out online at sanantoniolasik.com. When you go in there for your initial consultation, let them know that Joe Reinagel from the Blitz sent you in there. Will you do that for me? And then ask all the questions you want to ask. They're going to tell you how the whole procedure is going to go, and you're going to feel comfortable as soon as you walk through the door, certainly. But when you leave there, you're going to really feel good about the whole thing. Give them a call. Get the process started today. It's easy. 210-585-2020.
94.1 FM.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. The ugly truth is when you buy a timeshare, you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is this never ends. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. Call 800-761-0000. That's 800-761-0000. 800-761-0000.
With staff shortages happening across the country, most businesses are trying to get more done with less help. This often results in workplace accidents that can cause injury or even death. If you or a loved one has been injured in a workplace accident, call Thomas J. Henry. We handle serious workplace accidents and get serious results. Call Thomas J. Henry today. Available 24/7, nights and weekends. San Antonio, Texas.
Introducing Lumi for Men, and we named him Mando. American-made, doctor-developed, clinically proven whole-body deodorant, built for men, built for hard work. I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the inventor of Mando Whole Body Deodorant for pits, packages, and feet, because we all know our pits aren't the only place we get odor. Mando Whole Body Deodorant is different from anything you've ever tried before. It stops odor before it starts, powered by our acidified technology. Mando controls odor anywhere you have it. My patented whole body deodorant formula has over 200,000 5-star reviews. And because Mando has a 60-day stink-free guarantee, you can try Mando risk-free.
There's a special offer for listeners. Use code 5050 and get an extra $5 off a Mando starter pack that comes with a solid stick, cream tube, 2 free products of your choice, and ships free with code 5050. Go to shopmando.com, code 5050 for an extra $5 off a Mando starter pack. That's shopmando.com, code 5050.
Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
The NFL is on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minnix. On Twitter, at Joe Reinagel210. You can tweet at me at Jason Minnix. You can always dial up 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. I don't know it just is a weird time in the Spurs offseason. And maybe because the draft is what it is, but it feels like, a couple of years ago when the Spurs really sucked, but we weren't picking high outside of Wemby, which everybody knew. It's like there's more people that ask, what do you think the Spurs are going to do?
Yeah.
4-8. We're going to trade him. We're going to keep him. I was at a rock show at the Rock Box the other night. A couple different people. What are the Spurs going to do?
Yeah.
What are the Spurs going to do?
What'd you tell them?
I have no idea. Because none of us really have
you really don't.
an idea. And so every time I read a mock draft, all right, well, that makes sense. Because every mock draft has a feeling of the need and a guy from France. So, and you just wonder, all right, is that because Wemby?
Yeah, well.
And that would make sense as long as that guy can play and is worthy of the number 8 pick. And by all accounts, this guy who's got a name I'm not even going to try to pronounce is there. You might try it with your British, Australian, French accent.
I don't have a French accent.
Well, it sounds like you're Australian and you're British.
Oui, monsieur.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
My Tony Parker.
That was bad.
It's unbelievable. That's pretty good, actually. So this guy's name is, I don't know, maybe Pledge. Pledge can usually do this, but it's John Salon.
Sure.
Right?
Sounds like Saloon on Broadway to me.
Okay. But what I liked about this particular mock draft on ESPN Plus, they're comparing who they think that these guys compare to, either current NBA players or past NBA players. And the power forward from France, they say high end Jeremy Grant and Kyle Kuzma, low end Maurice Harkless. So, high end, if you get either one of those guys, Grant or Kuzma, you're going to be in pretty good shape. But I thought that was interesting. At least you kind of know, because I can look at names here, and I've watched them play in college, some of them, not the Euros necessarily, but some of these guys like Castle, they have the Spurs taking him at number 4.
And I would be very happy with that at number 4.
Sure. But again, they're so young. And that's the problem. And I think that being that young, some guys can step right up and get it done. Some guys, it's going to take a year or two. And that's my concern if the Spurs end up drafting both at 4 and 8. I mean, how does that move the train along? Certainly doesn't this year, I don't think. You're looking a year or two down the road.
Well, and unfortunately, that's the consistent messaging from the Spurs.
Seems to be,
And while I want to fast forward, and I would like to trade, 4 and 8 for a superstar, as long as we keep Atlanta's picks next year, I think we're in good shape. We could afford to do that. What I like most about Castle, and compared to Andre Iguodala, you get Iggy. I mean, that was a Finals MVP at one point.
Well, sure.
Now, granted, much later in his career, but the program that Castle is coming from and the coaching that he has had there would have him, I would think, well equipped to deal with a Greg Popovich coach system and the spotlight of playing with a guy like Wemby. He's been to the mountaintop. He's been at a high profile school and he's led the way as a leader there. And that's one thing that I think that this team could use. Is he as athletic as some others? Probably not. But basketball IQ wise, can he get Wemby the ball? Yes, he can.
Well, all of that is great. And you're probably right. 2 years down the road, I don't see this guy stepping onto an NBA floor and becoming, the guy that he was at Connecticut. I just don't.
Well, it will take time.
Look, ask Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
All right. You don't just step onto a floor of professionals. And I mean, you were playing at UConn, great place, a lot of good players. They're the national champs, but you're not playing against NBA caliber talent. Not like they're going to be in the NBA. So it takes a while. Ask Wemby, for example.
Sure.
I mean, Wemby's a perfect example. Took him several months. And I'm certainly not saying Castle's anywhere near the Wembanyama.
Well, good. Because
I'm just saying,
you look at Castle, though, can play both guard spots, but wants to be a point guard. And that is what the Spurs need. Could this guy come in, I'm not saying right away, and take Trey Jones' job, but right now, I mean, it shouldn't be hard to find a better starting guard than Trey. Trey, I think, should be here for the long haul. as the backup, not necessarily the starter. This team needs a legit point guard. And the fact that Castle's got some versatility to him, although he sees himself and wants to be a full-time point.
It's going to be interesting to see. That's why if it's me, I'm hoping they don't draft both of those guys or use both of those draft picks. Yeah, I'm hoping for a little wheeling and dealing from the Spurs to elevate this team and make them better this year, next year. I mean, next season, let's get them going. If you've got a guy like a Castle you draft and you can bring him along, but still get better as a basketball team overall, then to me, that's the best case scenario.
One of the things that I find interesting is early mocks had Topic, like everyone you read had him coming to San Antonio, except this one has him going to Utah at number 10. So that means the Spurs would have passed on him twice. Is that because the knee injury is scaring some teams away? He's fallen out of at number 10, not being one of the top guys anymore. Is it just fear of injury?
It scares me.
What has changed? It scares me too, but I would imagine medical staffs would get a look at him. And it's interesting because, especially with these guys that are playing overseas, and I mean, look at the NBA right now. So many foreign players dominating. Like if the All-Star game went U.S. against the world, it'd be a hell of a game at this point, right? But you look at it and you sit there and you wonder with these guys that, quite frankly, unless you're one of those that just watches all the games and all the highlights, and I'm not one of those types. I don't know much about them except the highlights that I've seen.
Right.
And highlights look great, right? They always do. It's why they're called highlights. But I've never seen them play a full game. So I just find it interesting seeing how certain guys drop, and to see Topic now, the Spurs passing on him twice, when at the beginning of the process, everybody, even before the lottery, had him coming to San Antonio.
And a lot higher than this particular mock draft has him going. That's for sure. All of these guys, I don't see any. I don't
and he
see
gets
anybody
compared to Josh Giddey.
Yeah,
and who wouldn't want?
Of course,
I
was talking to Rob the other day, and he likes Donovan Clingan out of UConn. They compare him to Rudy Gobert. Huh? From what I've seen of Rudy Gobert, I don't want to have anything to do with him.
Well, I mean, he's the defensive player of the year.
Oh, well, true.
I mean,
unless he's playing the Joker or,
well,
I don't know,
I mean,
Luka.
it's a regular season award.
Yeah. Oh, you like those regular season performances. I forgot.
Yeah, regular season matters.
I forgot. You like regular season performances.
Regular season matters.
And then get roasted in the postseason. I got it.
I can separate the two. I understand the rules in which they're playing by. Rudy Gobert this postseason, not good.
Not good. Look, the draft is a crapshoot, obviously, for any professional sport, unless you've got a Wemby or a Tim Duncan. I mean, the Spurs have been exactly they've been lucky as hell. All right, let's put it that way. They really have been, which is a good thing for all of us. And trades are a crapshoot, no matter what you do. Look, but if you don't take the shot, you're not going to make it. You're not. So take a shot. Do something.
Now, in this mock draft, because another guy that I like that I've seen potentially in San Antonio, and every mock that I've looked at, he always falls within the top 6. But the Reed Shepherd guy out of Kentucky, I think he would be a good Spur as well. This mock draft has him go number 3 to Houston. But if he's available at number 4, if Houston doesn't take him and he's still available, would you rather have him or UConn? He's got the athleticism.
So did Keldon Johnson coming out of Kentucky after 1 year. I mean, again,
you're gonna blame the school?
It looks great.
I mean, this isn't Michigan we're talking about in football and the Cowboys.
He looks great in college. Again,
that's all of them.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why crap. It's the same thing with the NFL. You know, half those guys taken in the first round aren't going to work out.
That's what I mean. And then my whole point is, I don't want to wait 2 years for these guys to be ready. I'm saying do something with one of these picks. Do something. Bring in some veteran talent around all the youth that we have currently, and let's do something.
So you're ready to have the pizza parties not at Chuck E. Cheese?
Not at Chuck E. Cheese, no.
Take these 2 picks.
I need an adult in the room.
Trade them.
That can actually, have a beer after a game.
That's literally destroy your life. You
that
need
Michael
an adult
Finley
in
won't
the
take
room.
away.
Yeah, that's the most bizarre thing.
Again, a Castle I like. Potential Shepard's good. All of these guys have athletic ability, but they're not doing that in the NBA yet. It's going to take some time. That's my point. You draft one of these guys, you let him play in Austin a year or two, great, and he's ready to roll.
Draft, develop, pay. That's the motto for the Dallas Cowboys, except for the pay part. They're not good at that. Jerry wanted leaves to fall. They certainly did today.
Woo!
Gonna need a big old rake after Justin Jefferson gets his deal. Let's dive into that coming up on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray, casting, and bracing. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com. That's tsaog.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Morning Huddle, Justin Jefferson got paid. How long will CeeDee have to wait, and how much is he going to get?
And do we know anything more about Conor McGregor and UFC 303? We'll talk about it and more. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Are your windows struggling to keep up with the game? It's time to upgrade with Maverick Windows. Stay ahead of the competition with energy-efficient windows. Call Maverick Windows at 800-972-3631. That's 800-972-3631 to get a free quote.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the UFC fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. The Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant and in the same plaza as the Big Blind there at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
With your choice of select sandwich, nugs, fries, and a drink, Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag is your go-to. Your nugget wingman. Your hot and crispy fry co-pilot.
Just like us. We're like the bag boys.
What?
Bag boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your food?
For a deal you can count on, bet on Biggie and choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Bag boys.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Includes choice of JVC or crispy chicken sandwich with 4-piece nugs, junior fry, and small soft drink. Third-party delivery pricing may be higher.
Maybe it's time to ask your checking account. What have you done for me lately? My Advantage Checking from Generations Federal Credit Union does more. My Advantage Checking pays you 2 days early, plus shopping rewards, identity protection, and much more. My Advantage Checking treats you right. So make the switch. Learn more at Generations Federal Credit Union. Member owned, community grown. Member eligibility requirements apply. For complete conditions, visit mygenfcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you one of the nearly 10 million families that own a timeshare? Unfortunately, many families stuck in timeshares have learned the dark side of ownership, as their timeshare ends up being nothing like they were promised. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. If you were lied to when buying a timeshare, you're going to need help. I know this because I once worked as a timeshare salesman, but quit the business and made it my personal mission to help folks get rid of bad timeshares. That's why I put together a timeshare exit information kit to help you understand how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation. Over 30,000 families have trusted us to get rid of their timeshares. Many started out by simply calling us for the free information kit and are now timeshare free.
To get your free information kit, call Wesley Financial now. Call 800-837-1919. That's 800-837-1919. 800-837-1919.
Do you have unfiled tax returns or being threatened by the IRS that your wages are about to be garnished or bank accounts are going to be levied? You need an ally. Allies Tax Relief has professionals ready to fight for you. Their enrolled agents, tax attorneys, and CPAs have saved millions of dollars for taxpayers just like you. They won't just resolve your tax problems. They'll most importantly protect your wages, bank accounts, and all your assets from being taken by the IRS. Call for a free consultation. 800-230-5174. 800-230-5174 or go to alliestaxrelief.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
This is AJ Hoffman from the Morning Huddle. Join me and Rob Thompson tomorrow morning at 6 for the perfect ride to work on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minnix. You knew this day was going to come. The question is, how does Jerry and CeeDee's agent react? Early this morning, I'm laying in bed and my phone starts blowing up.
Yeah.
And it's you guys on our group chat about leaves falling.
Yep.
They fell this morning.
The whole tree came down.
Holy cow. Jefferson gets 4 years, $140 million, $110 guaranteed, 88 due at signing. 88. Isn't that CeeDee's number?
88 is, yeah.
That'd be a nice number to get due at signing. That's a meaningful number around Cowboy land. $35 million a year. We've been saying forever, the longer Jerry waits, the more it's going to cost him. And who was it that signed for 32? A.J. Brown, right?
Yeah.
And then St. Brown signs and some other guys that aren't at the level that CeeDee is. That's just making CeeDee's contract
now, wait a minute.
More expensive.
A.J. Brown's not at the level of CeeDee Lamb. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, and Amon St. Brown. I mean, CeeDee
They're
Lamb.
not at the level of CeeDee Lamb.
Are we going to have that argument? Are we going to have that argument?
But why? Just because he wears a star on his hat?
Uh-huh.
Please. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Why?
I just wonder why they're not at his level.
Well,
okay.
When you think about the best wide receivers in the league, we were all surprised that he got that. Same with St. Brown. And you're waiting for Jamar Chase to get his, Justin Jefferson, and CeeDee Lamb. Those are the three that are going to reset the market.
Right.
Right? And then you had these other ones that came in and actually reset the market before those deals were done.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Right. Those guys, guys weren't included. Right? It's not that complicated.
I'm just saying. Right? You said on the level of not on his level.
Who would you rather have?
Of the CeeDee Lamb or an A.J. Brown?
Yes.
That's a tough call. That's a tough call, is it not? And I'm on, what is it, St. Brown? What the hell? He's got about 10 names on him. I mean, he's an up-and-comer.
Yeah. Been in the league a while. Got another contract. And he's playing good football. Playing great football.
Uh-huh.
I mean, and you look at what he's done. But, I mean, when you think about the three wide receivers all offseason that everybody was talked about, who was going to be the race to be the one to reset the market at the highest level? We were talking about three guys, and everybody was kind of waiting for Justin Jefferson. Oh, there's video today that Jamar Chase of him in the locker room months ago, he said, yeah, I'm waiting for Justin to sign first because he's the best receiver in the league, see where he's at, and that's going to reset the market. We've said forever, CeeDee should wait. We'll see what those guys do because that's going to make more money for CeeDee Lamb. Jerry waiting is costing Jerry money.
Look, you were thinking north of 30 million, right? So now you've got a window, 30 to 35 million. CeeDee's not going to make more than Justin Jefferson. He's not.
Okay.
I don't care if he's next or whatever. Neither is Jamar Chase.
Okay.
They're not going to make more than Justin Jefferson. He's the ceiling. So you're looking at that window somewhere between 32 and 35. Now, maybe the guarantee is a little bit bigger. Maybe the do-it signing is a little bit bigger. Maybe the contract's a little longer.
See, a longer contract is what Jerry Jones is always after.
That's what he wants, yes.
The idea of a shorter contract, which typically is what CeeDee's agent is after. There was a story a week or two ago about that. CeeDee's agent likes shorter contracts, a 3-year deal. So with Jefferson signing for 4 years, does that help Jerry in getting a longer contract than what CeeDee might have been after with the 3-year deal? Because then you can couch it so many different ways. But CeeDee told Micah Parsons back in February on Micah's podcast at the Super Bowl in Las Vegas that, yes, he wouldn't give a number, but being the highest paid or near there, if you listen carefully, is what he's after.
What do you got to say to Cowboys Nation? Like, you want to be back? Contract coming up. Gotta
secure it.
What numbers?
I can't give you no numbers right now. But I tell you this: one of the top paid receivers,
no,
if not the.
Break the bank.
If not the.
Break the bank.
If not the, brother. That's always the goal. You know what I'm saying? You work hard to be in this position. So just having this opportunity, I'm trying to take full advantage.
I love Micah. Break the bank.
Well,
dude, you got to get paid too.
Yeah, well, all these guys want to break the bank, but you could tell it's important for CeeDee.
Sure.
If not he said that multiple times. Like, he's not like Dak. I don't give a damn about money. I don't play it, which is BS, and it. CeeDee wants to be all these guys. When you're at that level, you want to be known as you are the highest paid receiver. And we said months ago, if CeeDee wants that, he needs to be first because he should not get more money than Justin Jefferson.
No, he shouldn't.
But will there be a way somewhere in his contract that is going to have some different numbers bigger than Justin Jefferson? His annual per year, the guaranteed signing bonus, the guaranteed money. If his guarantee is $115 million and he's getting 34 a year, but it's over 5 years, he's the highest paid receiver with guaranteed money. That's what they care about.
Well, there you go. They can work out those details. I suppose CeeDee deserves to be among the top receivers because he is. I will give him that. He does. He deserves that. But I think Justin Jefferson is right now, as we sit, the class of the wide receiver group in the NFL. And I just don't see anybody that's behind him waiting is going to go north of what he's making when it comes to an annual basis.
Well, I mean, the salaries tend to not to go down. Although you wonder, now you've got a lot of receivers in the NFL making now between 30 and 35 million. Highest paid non-quarterback. You wonder at what point do the NFL owners say, we can't keep paying receivers this amount of money? The quarterback market, it was Sam Bradford that finally changed the rookie signing bonus, right? Remember old Sam and $50 million guaranteed?
Yeah.
They said, well, we got to fix this.
Uh-huh.
You just wonder at what point can they try to shift things to go back in a more reasonable area when you're looking at salary caps? Because I've said forever, and I don't know how you do it, quarterbacks should count differently against the salary cap. Just everybody else can get paid. If something I saw on Pro Football Focus, if Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb are both at the top of the market, that's 35% of the Cowboys cap. 35%.
35%.
That doesn't include Diggs's deal or DeMarcus Lawrence's deal or the future deal for Micah Parsons.
Uh-huh.
Easier for Minnesota to do this today with J.J. McCarthy on a rookie deal.
No doubt.
And quite frankly, you wonder, is it smart to have a receiver making that kind of money if you're not sure about your quarterback? Can you get him the ball? And you just wonder what does Dallas do now? Now, there's reports with Jefferson getting done, maybe things will speed up a little bit between the Cowboys and CeeDee Lamb.
I wouldn't be surprised. And again, we've had this discussion. I think it's important to have a quality wide receiver for an inexperienced quarterback because you don't have to be perfect. And I think it makes him look better. So I think Minnesota's smart in that regard. Whether Sam Darnold is quarterback this year or J.J. McCarthy. So, and I think with the Cowboys, depending on what you're going to do with Dak Prescott, and certainly this year, I mean, you need a guy like that. Look, I think receivers are not going to go the way of running backs anytime soon because with the way the NFL is set up now, with the way it's played offensively, wide receivers are probably, you could argue, the most important position on the field right now. And to have it besides quarterback, I'm taking that out. Outside of quarterback.
Left tackle and wide receiver are your most important.
But wide receiver right now, with the way the NFL, with the way they're throwing the football, you got to have quality wide receivers.
And
unless you're Patrick Mahomes and you can have anybody.
And that's the exception to the rule.
Yes, it
is Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
And now he's got some quality wide receivers. So look out.
Yeah.
Feels like everybody's playing for second, especially in the AFC. When you look at, though, what CeeDee offers, and you and I have talked a lot that CeeDee has no leverage because he's got a year left on his deal, and then the Cowboys can franchise tag him a couple of 3 times if they wanted to, although not smart business to do that. The only leverage that CeeDee Lamb has is look at the talent on that roster offensively if he decides not to come to work. If he actually decided to hold out, which I don't see happening because it's just too expensive now for players to hold out, especially a player that hasn't secured a major contract at least once. He could hold out for a couple of games maybe, but those bills start to add up.
They do.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
You wonder, but if you take him off, what do the Cowboys have? That's the only leverage that CeeDee Lamb has.
They've got nothing because the Cowboys have no plan B anywhere. I mean, they don't. They've got no plan B anywhere, and they've done it this way. It's going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. Mandatory minicamp. It begins tomorrow. Will CeeDee Lamb be there? Will he have a new contract? All of that stuff could develop over the next 24 hours, for goodness sake. So it's going to be interesting to see if indeed he is there. Is he there just to sit and watch so he doesn't get fined? It's a volunteer. It's a mandatory minicamp, so it won't cost him a lot of money to miss these 3 days.
But
in relative terms,
the hold in aspect of what the players do now is I'll show up, but I'm not going out on the field, and they don't get fined for that. They're present on our YouTube channel, and you can always comment there. Subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Gilberto Padilla says, the comment of break the bank tells me they're willing to walk to get that money. Yes. And especially on a player's first contract, go get as much money as you possibly can. And this is the time for players to be selfish. And everybody in that locker room understands the business side of football.
Sure.
If there's more money to go get, they're going to go get it. And when you look at the NFL, will cut you just as quick. And so, especially on your first contract, you go get as much as you can. And that's the mindset that every one of those players have. You can hear it in Micah Parsons' voice asking the question. I'm actually surprised Micah would ask CeeDee to give me a number.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a number.
CeeDee was smart, by the way.
Well, yeah, I mean,
not to give me numbers.
I mean, Todd Archer, Ian Rappaport, Schefter, they could ask that.
Yeah.
Yeah, laptop. Micah, dude, you understand what's going on far differently. You don't ask that. You know the agents are dealing with that, but they're going to get every nickel they can go get.
Well, of course they are. And nobody's begrudging them to do that. I mean, you go out. The problem for CeeDee is he does have a year left on this contract, and Jerry can franchise tag him. So, I mean, if Jerry wanted to play hardball with CeeDee Lamb, he's got 3 years with him. He does. You got to play this year. I can tag you twice, if that's what he wants to do. I don't see Jerry doing that. I think he'll eventually get a contract. But if Jerry wants to play hardball, that's certainly his right to do so.
When you listen to the full comment that Jerry made pre-draft, and we all laugh at the little line about leaves falling, but listen to the full comment.
Who in the world would think that we're not working on it? I work on it. It pops open at 2 a.m. sometimes. What your actually question is why don't you have something done and negotiated and put in the drawer? Well, we'd like to see some more leaves fall. We'd like to see some more action.
Well, it doesn't get any better than it is right now because look, I don't think it's going to go any higher than Jefferson. So you know where you're at. You know what ballpark you're playing in. And now if you're going to get it done, it's a good time to get it done.
Well, exactly. The biggest leaf fell. So I think it's easy to come up with your framework. And I thought as he continued on, he talked about options at some point. Because his other option is, do we just blow this thing up?
Mm-hmm.
His other option is McCarthy's on a 1-year deal. Dak technically is on a 1-year deal. CeeDee, they don't have to tag him. He could be on a 1-year deal.
Yep.
That's the only other option that Jerry has is I don't have to sign any of these guys and we might just start over.
Yeah.
I just don't see that as a realistic option for an owner in his 80s that wants to win.
I think if you're going to do that, then you say the hell with the salary cap and you bring it and you go, this is our year. We got to get it done now.
And they didn't do that.
Which
makes me think that blowing it up is the last resort. Does he want Dak done first and then CeeDee? Is it a race like, hey, Dak, well, I mean, we didn't get anything done and CeeDee took about, I don't know, $8 million of what I had earmarked for you. I don't know how that works.
Well, and just going back to what you said, I thought it was intriguing. Hey, if it's your first deal, get as much as you can.
Yep.
Well, it's not Dak's first deal.
It's not.
And so what does Dak do? The ball's in his court.
Well, Dak
in
doesn't
a lot of
play
ways.
for money.
Well,
I mean,
which we all know is BS, right? Okay, that was
what I find interesting though with CeeDee Lamb, and I do like $35 million seems like the ceiling today.
Yeah,
and it will be for this year. So if CeeDee were to get a deal done, I would be surprised if it's north of $35 million per year.
Yep.
Next year, though, if he plays this year out, it would be north of $35 million.
It would be.
Especially whenever the new streaming contracts come in and they set the salary cap up again. So next year, CeeDee might get 37, 38. Who knows?
Could be 40. Who knows
what those numbers are going to be? So, but CeeDee this year is only getting 17, and you just heard him. He wants to be the highest paid, and
up there.
I mean, you listen to it.
If not the, is what he says.
If not the, like 4 times.
Well, sure.
Right? That's.
So maybe it behooves him to wait. Why sign something now? Why not wait? You're under contract next year.
We'll see. It's the same thing with Micah Parsons.
Sure.
And but you look at these organizations that take care of players early, and they don't get to this point, and they're considered good organizations, well-run organizations. That's where it's confusing. Like these players, they're better off waiting, but they want that money now.
Well, of course you do.
I would want that money now. Micah Parsons would want that money now.
The guaranteed part of it,
yes,
for sure.
Yes.
You want that. You know your future is set.
Well, and again, you blow up your knee, something happens.
Right.
I mean, that's why these guys want to get paid sooner rather than later.
And this whole waiting thing, and you're waiting until the season begins. You don't want to go into the season without a deal. I don't care what you can say all you want to, unless you're a Dak Prescott who did. And I'll give him all the credit in the world. He bet on himself, and it paid off big time for him. So CeeDee could do the same thing. I think Dak had 2 franchise tags placed on him, did he not?
Yep.
So going to be interesting to see what happens between now and August for sure.
What I find interesting is you would think CeeDee would have a lot more in marketing than he does.
Yeah.
A little surprised that you don't see more.
I don't know. Up in the Metroplex, is it different? And we don't see that every day, so it could be.
But you would think he would be.
I would hope so.
I don't, But again, Metroplex marketing deals are nice. National ones is real money.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. That's the.
Yeah,
and you don't see a lot with CeeDee doing that.
It's interesting, man. And look, if Jerry's waiting on some action, he got it. There've been a lot of wide receivers get done.
Well, we'd like to see some more leaves fall. We'd like to see some more action.
Well, you've just seen it. It doesn't get much better than that.
What more do you want, Jerry?
Yeah, you got to do something.
What more do you want? It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, you know the best way to do that is to call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149. Call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
Riding I-10 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
You can't sleep because of annoying knee pain? That's a problem. You stop running because your feet always hurt? That's a problem. If your elbow, shoulder, and neck pain make it impossible for you to do your job, that is a problem, and it's time to finally do something about it. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. No medications, no injections. Arasti treatment is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, we accept most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Introducing Lumi for Men, and we named him Mando. I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the inventor of Mando Whole Body Deodorant for pits, packages, and feet, because we all know our pits aren't the only place we get odor. Mando Whole Body Deodorant is different from anything you've ever tried before. It stops odor before it starts, powered by our acidified technology. Mando controls odor anywhere you have it. My patented whole body deodorant formula has over 200,000 five-star reviews. And because Mando has a 60-day stink-free guarantee, you can try Mando risk-free. Give Mando whole body deodorant a try today and smell like the stink-free man you were intended to be.
There's a special offer for listeners. Use code 1515 and get an extra $5 off a Mando starter pack that comes with a solid stick, cream tube, 2 free products of your choice, and ships free with code 1515. Go to shopmando.com, code 1515, for an extra $5 off a Mando starter pack. That's shopmando.com, code 1515.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for full offer details.
Homeowners, ready to replace your windows or patio doors, but think it's going to be too expensive? Well, think again, because with Renewal by Andersen, you can get top quality, affordable windows and patio doors for no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. That's right, you don't pay a dime for an entire year. Just text SCREEN to 200-300 right now for your free in-home window consultation and free price quote. Upgrade your home with new energy-efficient windows and doors installed by certified master installers from Renewal by Andersen and get their best-in-the-nation 20-year warranty. Renewal by Andersen is the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies. Act now and get your windows and patio doors for no dollars down, no payments, and no interest for an entire year. Plus, save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings end this month. Text SCREEN to 200-300. Text the word SCREEN to 200-300. Don't wait. Text SCREEN to 200-300.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere. From dust mites, pet dander, and pollen to smog and smoke, an asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
With your choice of select sandwich, nugs, fries, and a drink, Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag is your go-to. Your nugget wingman. Your hot and crispy fry co-pilot.
Just like us. We're like the bag boys.
What?
Bag boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your food?
For a deal you can count on, bet on Biggie and choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Bag boys.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Includes choice of JDC or crispy chicken sandwich with 4-piece nuggets, junior fry, and small soft drink. Third-party delivery pricing may be higher.
Score a trip for 4 to Orlando's most magical theme park, including airfare and hotel. Register now to win at SanAntonioSportsStar.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Sad news out of Dallas this afternoon. Cowboys Hall of Fame guard Larry Allen passed away yesterday while vacationing with his family in Mexico. He was 52 years old. Well, Justin Jefferson has reset the wide receiver market. In fact, he signed a record deal for a non-quarterback, 4 years, $140 million. 110 of that is guaranteed. And Larry Coker, former UTSA head football coach, well, he's on the ballot for the College Football Hall of Fame.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minnix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minnix.
Howdy.
Howdy.
It's Monday.
It is a Monday.
We were laying by a pool last Monday at this time. Or doing something.
Yeah. A couple hours. One of us could be laying out by a pool.
That's a good point. With a brand new fire pit going.
Do you need a fire pit this time of year?
Oh, you don't. Which is why I got it. It's cheap. It's kind of like buying a Christmas tree on December 26th.
Is it?
Yeah.
How cheap was it? I mean, like way cheaper than what it would normally be? Was it on sale? Like,
it's a good point.
You got last year's model?
I think, well, I don't know if it's last year's model. It might be.
Well, it can't be next year's
I
model.
don't really care.
Yeah.
Because when Maggie and I first moved into the house we're living at, bought a table and chairs and the whole works, right? So that was one price. So I don't know what just the table was.
All right.
But it seemed pretty cheap.
All right.
So
and you guys put it together successfully
we
yesterday.
did yesterday. Yeah, that was
minimal fighting.
Very, very proud. Yeah, no arguing.
Which is unusual.
Well, it is. But I will say, and I don't know what brand this is or where Maggie bought it from, but it was very simple to put together. Wasn't hard at all. It had little letters on each piece. So you take H and you put it with G. And so it made it nice.
H and G, huh?
Well,
they go together?
Whatever.
All right.
Kind of like B and C.
Sure.
They go together.
Well, then what happens to the A?
Well, A was there, but it was like the main piece.
But if A was going into, if B and C were together, what about A? Because shouldn't A go with B?
No,
A
is
C and D.
A's like the main piece. So you have C and D over here, and you put them together. It wasn't that confusing yesterday, but it all worked out great. Looks nice.
Heavy as hell?
No, it's not heavy at all.
All right.
Until you put a propane tank in there. Then it gets a little heavy.
Sure.
So make sure it's where it's at. Hardest part of it was balancing it. You got to get it balanced so it doesn't rock.
Oh, yeah. It's table.
Well,
that's important.
But it
can't be like at the bar when the server just starts shoving napkins under the table leg.
So it's perfect. Yeah, I get you fellas over. You put your drink on that baby and no worry at all about it spilling.
Good.
Perfect. We'll have to do that this summer when everybody's around and
should go play golf and then go to your house for
I think
barbecue.
That sounds like a hell of an idea.
It's what Rob and I did. What day did we go play golf?
Did he barbecue?
Saturday. Yeah, we just did burgers.
Oh, that's cool.
At his house.
Yeah.
I don't know. About the 14th, 15th hole. You'd left because you got a call. It was time to go. Pledge was the only one that gave a damn.
Uh-huh.
Me and Rob were just drinking beer and chasing a white ball.
I give a damn about that. That's fun.
It was hot.
Yeah, it was hot.
Rob was like, "What are you guys doing tonight?" I was like, "Well, nothing." After my Friday night, I was just looking to go home and sit in air conditioning, and I don't know. He's like, "Come over and swim." Great idea. So he calls his wife. Then he starts getting you could have told me ahead of time. I would have had stuff prepared but sure. And so I call my wife saying, hey, we don't have plans, do we? So I asked, no. All right, you want to go to Rob's? Sure. What do I need to bring? I don't know. Call Kelly and you guys figure it out. And they did.
So you and Rob put your wives in the kitchen to cook where they belong.
No.
Hello, Mr. Butker.
Yeah. My wife went to H-E-B and grabbed some burgers.
Uh-huh.
His wife went to the store, or Rob did, I don't know. Got to the house and Rob cooked burgers. I just drank beer and ate.
That's
swam.
Good. Yeah.
It was wonderful.
While the women were barefoot in the kitchen.
They were not in the kitchen. They were in the pool. No, nobody Pat McAfee went in there. Pat McAfee's getting in the hot water.
He is.
That was great. The biggest surprise of the night was Pledger never showed up.
Well, Pledger had other issues he told me about. So.
Oh, issues.
Yeah.
Oh.
While I was on the golf course, my roommate was at the Roo Pub the entire time.
Well, yeah.
Well, she needed a ride.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Uber is
She
for.
was at a certain level.
Yeah.
I think Becky starts there. and it's your roommate, not your girlfriend. That's not really your responsibility.
Well, of course it is.
No, she could have gotten an Uber. She would have been fine getting an Uber.
If somebody would have told her to, probably.
Well, nobody. I mean, yes. A lot of times you're at the point where you need to Uber. You're the last one that knows you need to Uber. Somebody has to encourage the Uber, especially Becky.
Pledge was responsible. I'm proud of him.
Although knowing that Pledge never turns down food.
Uh-huh.
We grilled up enough burgers for Pledge to show up and have his normal 3 and then have a to-go couple of burgers.
Well, did you take him home?
Did, yeah. It was lunch yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
It was good.
Well, that's good. I had a wine club to go to.
Yeah, to leave the golf course, he got the phone call. Sorry, boys, I got to go because it's wine club night.
Well, that's why we were trying to get an earlier tee time.
Uh-huh. Yeah, to accommodate the Reinagels.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have been so damn hot.
Yeah, well.
So we couldn't get an earlier tee time. So I said, look, I want to play, but I'll probably only be able to play 9, which was the case.
Yep.
So it worked out great.
It was. It worked out really good.
Usually these wine clubs are for Maggie only and her friends.
Yeah, normally that creates a guy's night out for you.
It does.
But this is the one where the guys were required to suffer.
It was a couples thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, fun.
Sure.
How do you, I in all seriousness, because I'm not a wine drinker.
Uh-huh.
As much beer as you were drinking at the golf course, how do you go from that to wine night?
Well, I had a nice several bottles of water on the ride home.
Yeah.
That was good. Thanks to Pledge. Gave me some water. So I get to the house and I've got a little time. And so the back deck it was dirty. So I had to spray that down, clean it up. So I was sweating like a dog.
So you had chores to do when you got
home.
I
had that to do. I didn't have to do that when I got. It wasn't like, but
it wasn't on the list of things.
I got time.
Yeah.
Let's get it done. I knew we were setting up the table the next day.
Yeah.
You want a clean patio?
Yeah.
To put the new fire pit
on?
on?
Absolutely.
So
you got the power washer out and everything?
Got that. No power washer. Just
hose it down.
I got a hose with a power squirter. So it does the job. And a little squeegee. So which is nice. So you got the squeegee and the power squirter and you're golden. And the deck looked great. New fire pit, bam, goes down. It was all good. So the point being, I sweated my butt off doing that. So I was sober as a judge. You kidding me? By the time,
what judge do you know is sober?
Well, all of them. Come on.
All right.
You mean you got sober by power squirting?
Power squirting, yeah. It's the only power squirting I've done in a while. It's woo. Kind of brought back memories. It was nice. It's like I remember those days. You play little games while you're out there. You got time.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah.
Mhm. You done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So quality weekend,
It was a great weekend.
Deck looks great, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Jumped in the pool before I got in the shower. It was fantastic. I was perfectly sober.
Good.
By the time I got there. And then, what saved me, honestly?
Oh, here we go.
Well, and I don't know what they're going to do. Is it red, white? It was all bubbles.
What does that mean?
Champagne, Prosecco.
Oh, perfect for a guy's night.
Yeah.
So you were thrilled.
The best thing about it is that, the person that is Maggie's partner in all of this is a wine expert, right? She's like level 2.
Yeah. Is
right?
that how you say it?
So with bubbles,
Sommelier? Yeah.
with bubbles, you like salty stuff. It
Okay.
helps.
All right.
So we had Cane's chicken strips. That was the best part of the whole thing.
That's not what I was thinking at a fancy wine night.
Well, I'm just saying. See, it doesn't
you know,
have to be.
Some Cane's Emperor bubblies.
We had Cane's and bubbles, and so I didn't drink a lot while I'm there.
So you were really disappointed. Did they not have a beer option?
No beer option. It
Well,
wasn't
that
beer
sounds
night.
like it sucks.
Well,
I mean, you were at somebody's house. They don't have a beer fridge.
Well, they might have, but I can't look like I'm like.
You can.
You gotta
You're
play
having
along.
chicken strips. That's Flight by Yingling.
Yeah, well, I
Not
agree.
For supper or
But
whatever
you got to
he
play
called
along.
it.
Now, some
You
of
got to
it,
play along.
some of it.
All the
what-
guys were watching a game in another room.
No, dude, they're all sitting around this table. I'm telling you. When you go to this, pay attention.
It sounds awful. Was
You
there
gotta
a
pay
quiz at
attention.
the end?
Well, yeah.
Whoa.
I know I didn't participate.
Well,
in
of
that.
course not. You have
It
to
was
pay
fine.
attention.
It was fine.
You were on your phone the whole time, weren't you?
No, the company was great.
Yeah.
No, so all the guys end up at one end of the table.
Yeah.
And
They can't go to another room.
I will
watch
no.
the game and get some beer
No,
to go with your chicken
you have
strips.
you have to pay attention. It's not like that.
Got to pay attention.
Got to pay
How
attention.
many hours does this take?
I don't know. It seemed like a lot. Good people though. It was fun.
Fancy wine
And-
club.
and-
I'm thinking
and,
some
you know,
salmon,
happy wife.
charcuterie boards,
But that's where you're mistaken.
grapes.
So you get some good bubbles and salty food. It's perfect.
So somebody went to Cane's.
We did.
No, you went. To
Yeah,
Cane's.
we had to get the tailgate special.
Nice.
Yeah.
How did the dipping sauces at Cane's pair with the wine?
It was fantastic. It was great.
Did you have to study the region where the chickens came from?
No, we had some bacon covered dates. You ever had that?
No.
It was pretty good.
I know the Raising Cane's menu pretty well. I've never seen bacon covered dates.
That didn't
at
come.
Raising
That
Cane's.
didn't come from Cane's.
Okay,
That came from
good.
the kitchen of
Okay.
the
Oh,
house
boy.
we were at.
Boy, I was just like, wow.
Yeah, it was one of those nights.
Might have to
but
reread that
do
menu
you
next
know-
time I'm in the drive-thru.
Do you know how happy my wife was when we left there? It makes it all worth it.
Yeah, I'm
Jason.
with you.
So that's all that matters.
You know, next time you set
I don't
up a
put
line
my
like
wife
that,
in the kitchen
Ne-
and barefoot when she has to cook for me.
next time, because there's going to be a new drop for a comment like that.
Uh-huh. What, the power squirter or the
Yeah.
Mhm. Sometimes you got to sacrifice a Saturday night.
I did that a week ago.
You did?
Went all the way to Iowa to see George Strait.
Oh yeah. You sacrificed. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My wife this
So now
Friday night.
now the little woman's
went
back in
and
the
saw-
kitchen where
saw
she belongs.
POD. You're so bad. Good Lord.
Oh my goodness.
I cooked yesterday. I'm cooking tonight.
You are? What are you cooking tonight?
Bacon wrapped shrimp.
Oh. Okay. Just shrimp won't work.
They're better with bacon.
Better. Okay. Now, do you have to wrap them?
Yeah.
Or is Joanna doing that now.
Yesterday, I tried something that I never tried before, so I got some shrimp just in case it was a disaster.
Okay.
So that,
all right.
Yeah, although it didn't come out bad. Pledge, did you eat any yet?
I had one of the smaller cube ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Liked it.
Dude, he only had one. They suck.
Well, I didn't even warm it up, but
You ate it cold?
Yeah.
All right.
When have you known Pledge to have just one?
I'm trying to not eat it all and offer you some after I warm them up.
No, what he's doing is by the time I came in, he'd eaten lunch. He's saving that for dinner.
I got you.
His mid-show snack will be
vet move.
Something else. Yeah. Caitlin Clark's getting the vet move treatment by the veterans in the WNBA, the rookie treatment, if you will. A lot of people upset about it. Let's talk about it. Coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, we're into June now, and you know what that means. Hot, right? The sun's going to be pounding down on everything, including your roof. That can do some damage to your roof. You just look, you want to make sure that your roof is in good shape. I mean, that is the most important part of your house. So you need to remember the name Stevens Roofing, because that is the one name in roofing that stands high above the rest. Quality roof overhead by Stevens Roofing means comfort. It means confidence, and it certainly means peace of mind. It is protection for all of those things that you love. So look, when you're in the market for repairs, a replacement roof, an upgrade, or if you just want Stevens to send somebody out there and inspect your roof to make sure that everything is okay, they'll do that too. You want to work with Stevens Roofing because, well, they bring local roots, they bring value and a vast knowledge of their craft to every job. They provide roofing in both commercial and residential projects, a wide variety of materials for all of South Texas, all the crazy weather that we have here in San Antonio and South Texas. Call Stevens Roofing, 210-785-0994. You can also get them online at stevensroofing.net. But don't forget the best in the business, Stevens Roofing. That phone number again, 210-785-0994.
San Antonio Sports Star.
Some people just know the more you protect, the more you save with Allstate, because they know insurance math. Like if you protect your home and auto, Allstate can save you up to 25%. So it's like losing money if you don't bundle. Save more when you protect more. Bundle home and auto with Allstate today.
Bundled savings vary by state and are not available in every state. Saving up to 25% is the countrywide average of the maximum available savings off the home policy. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Saluting Vets is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Chuck Rotenberry served in Iraq and Afghanistan. He has a message for other veterans confronting PTSD.
I can only hope other people can realize you've changed a little bit. Come out of the fog, and when you're ready, it can work out.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Dave Ramsey here. The only water softener I recommend is a quality water softener from Connecticut. It really is the last water softener you'll ever own.
ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax. Touchdown! A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax. 100% natural male enhancement formulas only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
Feel that heat? That's how it should feel when you're outdoors watching your favorite team coming up to bat, not in your home. Call Maverick Windows at 800-972-3631. That's 800-972-3631 and get a free quote for new energy-efficient windows.
Nigel, what are you doing with all this stuff in the break room? It looks like a farmer's market here.
I'm changing my eating habits, embracing good quality nutrition with fresh produce.
Folks, maintaining a healthy AC system is just like maintaining a healthy diet. Let's make sure your system is clean and efficient. Nigel, that's a pretty impressive healthy salad you assembled.
Thanks, Joel. Now step back. The grease is hot.
Grease?
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 210-651-5899. License number TACLA 88589E M16004.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 68 or more OSB sheathing. And there's more. Save 10% on select James Hardie products when you buy in bulk. Visit us in-store or online for low prices on the materials you need. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by July 31st, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minnix. Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is a superstar. Goes to the WNBA. More people are watching the WNBA. She is getting the rookie treatment at a level that, quite frankly, I don't think many of us expected. Some cheap, hard fouls, non-basketball type moves, dirty play, the jealousy that appears to be there, not only from opponents, but with her own team. Like she got hammered the other day and her own team isn't sticking up for her. And it's interesting times when you look at it and say, all right, I understand there's jealousy. You all knew that was going to happen. And I say within our own team, watching some of the shows today, like First Take, their first 40 minutes commercial free was all about what's going on in the WNBA, the good, the bad, physical league. I mean, people are telling us it's always been physical with a lot of trash talk. Well, for most of us, we haven't watched enough to know that. To be fair, you get, Stephen A. called out by Monica McNutt on that show today. It was a great discussion, but it's interesting that, like, I'm not sure where I understand the people that have played in the WNBA that have laid the groundwork for the last 20 years want some recognition. And I get that. But at the same time, you have to be able to embrace the spotlight that is now on the entire league. Caitlin Clark has had a couple of years of growth being a superstar while in college. Same with a player like Angel Reese. But there are some of these WNBA veterans that aren't used to having that kind of spotlight or the amount of media that is now being requested of them. Like the player the other day, like, I don't want to answer any questions about Caitlin Clark. Most of us don't know who that person is.
You're exactly right. I don't know who that person was that just whacked Caitlin last night, honestly.
Apparently a player with a dirty history.
Well, okay.
Dirty play history.
Look, cheap shots are one thing. That's not allowed. If you want to foul Caitlin Clark hard, I'm all for it. Do it. But the cheap shots are the ones that they've got to get a hold of. But look, the WNBA deserves a little criticism for all that. They're not doing anything. Although they changed this foul from a flagrant 2 to a flagrant 1. But, I mean, do you realize, and I didn't know this till today, and I heard it, the Indiana Fever have played 11 games in 20 days.
Yep.
That's unheard of. It's ridiculous. So I don't know what they're trying to do. So they see the value of Caitlin Clark. The others will. She's got to earn their respect, though. And I think at her press conference last night, hey, it's just part of the game, whatever. Cheap shots or not, and don't get me wrong. And I was happy to see I think it's the Sky the coach came out and said, look, that's not who we are. And so that's good. The cheap shots are one thing, but the hard fouls, she better expect it. It's going to happen, and it's coming, and that's okay.
What I'm surprised at is her teammates not standing up for her. Now, the scheduling seems off, that they played so many more games than some of the other teams. And they're not a very good basketball team to begin with.
Not at all.
And they're still not, even with her on the team.
No.
But
well, we know that here in San Antonio.
Well, that's it. But could you imagine if somebody would have taken out Wemby that way?
Oh, gosh.
Zach Collins might have been arrested.
He would have been. Or Steph Curry, Draymond Green would have been convicted of murder. I mean, it's just, that's what you do. You take up for your teammates, and they're not for her.
You remember, was it Cooper Rush when he was playing against Washington, got sacked and no offensive lineman helped him up?
Uh-huh.
And people were blasting the Cowboys for that, because you have to take care of your teammates.
You have to.
And, Matt Barnes on his podcast was talking about that. Where is her teammates?
So there's a hot topic going on right now. Caitlin Clark says she got cheap shotted against the sky. I mean, throughout the season, she's been getting beat up. Hard screens, elbows, knocked down. It is what it is. She's not the first. She won't be the last. My issue and my question is, where the are her teammates at? Where are y'all at? Where are the rest of the Indiana Fever at? I've seen a couple girls smirk when she's got knocked down, half-assed to pick her up. Like, y'all supposed to protect the asset, protect the star. And all this is the team. She's the star. You always protect your star. I was someone who protected the stars. With Cole, CP, Blake, list goes on. It's going to be a problem because you guys are supposed to be a family. And you wonder why you sit at the bottom of the league right now is because y'all don't protect each other, man. Coach don't do about it. Players don't do about it. Y'all should be ashamed of it. But the rest of the league is going to continue to test her. And that's what they're supposed to do. It's your guys' job to have her back and have each other's back. Got to do better, ladies.
He makes a great point. Because, look, even if the other Indiana players are jealous or whatever the case may be, they're getting more attention now than they've ever gotten in their life. Take advantage of that.
Well, they should.
They should.
And, again, I know there's jealousy. The amount of money that she's making, the attention that she gets, and everybody else wants kind of equal.
Absolutely.
It just doesn't work that way. And also, how do you handle the spotlight? She's been in it for a couple of years. She has learned how to adjust it. It's interesting because, Friday we had Mark from the band Nothing More.
Yeah.
And, he was talking about how this is a band that has grown, and, they didn't have that overnight success. And he used an analogy that I thought was great. You look at bands that have, that one big hit, and they go from nothing to stardom, and they don't know how to handle it. Right now, the WNBA as a whole is acting like, they've got their one hit. How do you handle the success and the spotlight? And are you making the best business decisions? Everything just kind of feels like what Mark was saying on Friday when he was on the Blitz. And, but Caitlin has been around and understands the spotlight, what she says, how she handles herself, because I'm impressed that she didn't get up and fight somebody, right? But she knows better, right? She understands that spotlight. And then with all the conversations, you had Pat McAfee today on his show.
Oh, jeez.
That obviously is, and Pat plays by a different set of rules than everybody else in broadcasting, but even Pat McAfee crossed the line today.
But I would like the media people that continue to say, this rookie class. Nah, just call it for what it is. There's one white for the Indiana team who is a superstar.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of negative reaction to that, and he's apologized, sort of. He said he shouldn't have used that term. And it was kind of cringy. I mean, when he said it, he was trying to make a point. I don't think it came across very well. But look, Caitlin Clark has got to be tested just like everybody else. The cheap shots have got to go because she's going to get hurt. And then the WNBA, once if that happens, which I hope it doesn't, we'll find out really quick that the attention is going to go away. Because look, I'm sorry, people aren't watching because of Angel Reese. Maybe that's a part of it. She's a good player. She's going to be a good player, but they're not. And you've got to embrace it.
The idea of, Mona McNutt today on First Take they were talking about charter planes. She said, well, the wheels have been in motion for that for 5 years. That very well may be true. They may have talked about it for 5 years. Caitlin Clark made it happen, right?
Yeah.
If Caitlin Clark wasn't in the WNBA, they would still be flying on commercial airlines, not charter airlines. What surprises me going from the women's Final Four to the draft to where we are now, where it was all positive, Caitlin Clark, to now you've got to embrace what she is bringing and who's, like LeBron James is the chosen one, but the league was already on a solid foundation when he arrived. The WNBA is not. The fact that we're talking about it, every show is talking about it. I'm watching games that I haven't really watched before. It's never been appointment television. If it's on, you might watch a bit. But since we lost our team, I hadn't watched much WNBA at all. Okay, that's the Caitlin Clark effect. I'm interested.
Well, yeah, you're interested, and a lot of people are. And we talked about it last week. She's a media darling.
Yep.
For whatever reason, she has become a media darling. The media has propped her up, along with her play. Don't get me wrong, but the media has propped her up to the extent where people are curious. People want to see this young lady play, and it's helping everybody. Look, I get the jealousy. I understand all of that. That's fine. Test her all you want to, hard fouls, whatever the case may be. But the cheap shots have got to go. But Caitlin Clark has got to earn the other players' respect. And once she does that, and she will, then everything's going to be okay. But for the next, probably the rest of this season, it's not going to be a very good time for Caitlin Clark. There's going to be the comments. There's going to be the hard fouls. There's going to be that kind of stuff. And she's going to have to deal with the way she has been, because up until now, she's handled it with a lot of class, and that's a good thing. And she'll earn the respect of the other players soon enough.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Woke up to just heartbreaking news. The great Larry Allen passed away today.
Terrible news.
Talk about it coming up here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. When you need an electrician, Hill Electric is available to you 24/7 for residential and commercial needs. I've used Hill Electric for a variety of projects at my house through the years. They're working on some projects here at the radio station now. Whether you're talking about your home, you're talking about your business, for over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. They've got the right service for you at the right price. Never a service charge, always free estimates. So call Hill Electric, 210-404-9074, 404-9074, or hill-electric.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Morning Huddle, Justin Jefferson got paid. How long will CeeDee have to wait, and how much is he going to get?
And do we know anything more about Conor McGregor and UFC 303? We'll talk about it and more. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. The ugly truth is when you buy a timeshare, you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is this never ends. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. Call 800-761-0000. That's 800-761-0000. 800-761-0000.
Hey, this is Carly, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Chicken Minis is the combination of flavors. The first thing I always taste is the honey butter. It gets me going in the morning. The Chicken Minis are phenomenal. The roll is soft and the chicken is crispy. I never had chicken for breakfast before, but they were so good. I told my mom and sister about them, and now they're a family thing. It's the perfect breakfast bite.
Breakfast starts with chicken minis and Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app. Real customer paid for their testimonial.
Free is key during Craftsman Days at Lowe's. Right now, get one free Select V20 tool when you buy a Select Battery 2-pack. Plus, get your choice of a V20 drill or impact driver kit for $69. Don't miss your chance to save on the high-quality, high-performance tools you need during Craftsman Days. Because Lowe's knows tools. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 6/19. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you one of the nearly 10 million families that own a timeshare? Unfortunately, many families stuck in timeshares have learned the dark side of ownership, as their timeshare ends up being nothing like they were promised. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. If you were lied to when buying a timeshare, you're going to need help. I know this because I once worked as a timeshare salesman, but quit the business and made it my personal mission to help folks get rid of bad timeshares. That's why I put together a timeshare exit information kit to help you understand how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation. Over 30,000 families have trusted us to get rid of their timeshares. Many started out by simply calling us for the free information kit and are now timeshare free.
To get your free information kit, call Wesley Financial now. Call 800-837-1919. That's 800-837-1919. 800-837-1919.
Look at you. You're a man. You work hard, you sweat hard, and then you smell hard. Just as God intended. Introducing a better way to fight your manly body odor with Mendo Whole Body Deodorant. Mendo takes a different approach to body odor. Instead of waiting for it to happen and covering it up, Mendo's acidified technology blocks body odor before it starts anywhere on your body. That's right, anywhere. Pits, privates, and feet. Mendo is clinically proven to block body odor all day and continue to control BO for 72 hours. Our cologne quality scents will enhance your manliness without being overpowering. Plus, it comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee, so there are no risks. Not that you have any problem taking risks. Hasta la vista, stench. Try Mendo Whole Body Deodorant today. Go to shopmando.com and use code 1010 for an extra $5 off a Mando starter pack. That comes with a solid stick, cream tube, 2 free products of your choice, and ships free with code 1010. Shopmando.com, code 1010 for an extra $5 off a Mando starter pack. That's shopmando.com, code 1010.
Howdy, San Antonio. This is Andrew Monaco, and you're locked on the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minnix. Thursday, the NBA Finals get underway. Thursday, the Blitz will be live at the Roo Pub at 281 in Redland Road. No better place to go watch any big game. And a lot of Mavs fans are going to be piling into the Roo on Thursday night.
There won't be any Boston fans there?
There probably will be.
I'm sure there might be.
Yeah. A lot of Mavs fans seem to be, well, I don't know. Their team's doing well, and they come out of the woodworks.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. No, it'll be fun Thursday. Finally. That seems like a long way off as it is. Holy cow, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Since the last game until we get that first one going. And will they drag that out? I mean, because usually there's like a couple of days in between a travel day. And
I mean, we could look at the schedule.
I could do that.
I'm just looking at game one at this point. Game two will be on the weekend, probably Sunday.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, Tuesday, Wednesday. We could look that up.
We really could.
You mentioned in Sports Center, Larry Coker is he's on the ballot for the College Football Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And so is Jarrett Dillard, which is cool to see.
How about that? That is cool.
And when you look at the list of guys that are on that ballot, and you wonder how some of those guys aren't always in. And Nick Saban is also one of the coaches. There's some big name coaches on that list. And I just hope that Larry Coker gets in. I'm a big fan of celebrating people while they're alive and they can enjoy it. I got an email a bit ago that the public nominations are now being accepted for the San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame. Go to SanAntonioSports.org, and the Hall of Fame and the nomination list is there. People ask me all the time because I'm on the committee, how do you get on there? Well, you got to get nominated. That's the first step. And I say that because I do appreciate when people get to live those honors and celebrate it, because you never know. Larry Allen today passes away at the age of 52.
52.
Now, he's already in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's already in the Cowboys Ring of Honor. He got to enjoy those moments, even though you feel like at 52, he's been robbed of a lot of years left on this planet.
Yeah. And the fact that he's, with his family on vacation, and I just, it's a tragedy. Still don't know the cause. I haven't seen that anywhere, but they did say it was sudden. So, all kinds of stuff races through your mind, but it's sad. And I'll tell you, it was kind of a punch in the gut.
It really,
when I saw that,
it really was, because I saw it first on an email from the Cowboys PR department, and you just read that like twice, going, "This what?" But when you have somebody like a Larry Allen that passes, you start hearing all the different stories. And you remember just what an incredible football player he was. I know Justin Tuck was, you think about some of the best of the games. I've seen stuff from John Randall, from Tuck, about just how hard it was to play against Larry Allen.
It's only one person that I've ever went against that I was like, man, this guy is unbeatable. It's a guy named Larry Allen. And I got him when he was, quote unquote, old Larry Allen, but this guy was a brick wall. And he knew it, and he let you know it. So it was kind of like, well, I'm trying to switch sides with people all game, try not to go that side.
Give us the story. How did he let you know it? Because I don't think of Larry Allen as a talker. I think of him as someone who dominates, but how did he let you know it?
Well, I did my research on Larry, and more importantly than how he let me know it, young Larry Allen would go up to the line of scrimmage and go, whoop, whoop. And he would literally let the D tackle know that Emmitt Smith and Moose Johnson is going to be running through this hole right here. There's nothing you can do about it. So just imagine you as an NFL D lineman, knowing what a play is, you telling all your buddies, yeah, they're going to run right here. And Emmitt Smith, obviously, it's a reason why he has the most rushing yards in the history of the NFL, because he probably got 10, 15, maybe 20 yards on that play when the play was coming right there. How does that make you feel going back to the huddle?
Wait a minute. You're telling us that Larry Allen would announce to you with a fake train whistle that he was coming straight to where you were going, and then
With nothing you can do about it. What you going to do about it? That guy used to lift like 700 pounds.
But he would just tell you? Like, what he's just telling you.
It would be like me playing football against my son. like Jace, I'm gonna run the ball right here. You can be here when I get here if you want to be. But yeah, so that guy, that's a special breed.
Justin Tuck on highly questionable. That was from back in the day, but obviously on a day like today, those kind of interviews are resurfacing, and it's just you hate the reason why you're hearing those stories again, but man, those stories are fun to hear again.
Well, they're great to hear. And the fact that Larry Allen was that good that, hey, I'm coming right here. Be ready. They'll play, and there's nothing you can do about it because he was that good.
Coming up to the line of scrimmage, choo. Yeah. I mean, that's just...
I love it. Look, he will go down, I think, certainly the best guard that the National Football League has ever seen, but I would even contend the best offensive lineman. The guy was just that good, and just a good dude, too.
In reading some of the different articles, one that I saw, first day at Sonoma State, he dunked the basketball with two hands while wearing flip-flops, having just gotten out of the car after an 8-hour drive. In a game against UC Davis, with his incredible power by knocking unconscious a defensive tackle, linebacker, and safety on the same play. Then it says, read that last line again. I mean, that's one of the articles. Like, you knocked out 3 dudes on one play.
Yeah.
That was Larry Allen.
Guy's incredible. And, guys like Emmitt Smith and Moose Johnston, who Tuck was just talking about. I mean, they were the beneficiaries of that. And can you imagine the confidence? Now, Emmitt Smith's a great player. I'm not taking anything away from him. But can you imagine the confidence? You're going to get the football, and you're going to run behind Larry Allen. I'm feeling pretty good about that.
Absolutely. Well, and again, he anchored one of the best offensive lines that
No
we've
doubt.
seen.
Yeah.
And from the guard position, you're going to see 100 times over the next couple of days that play against the Saints where he, there was a turnover and he runs a dude down at his size. His ability to bench press ridiculous amounts of weight.
700 pounds.
Just a strong guy. And you mentioned Emmett. Emmett went on his Instagram today, raw emotion, tears, and talked about his friend, Larry Allen.
The one thing about Larry Allen I know, he had a big heart, and he lived life to the fullest. A man of very few words, but on the football field was a beast. And we'll be sorely missed, and he's always missed because he never came back to any of our functions. I don't know if it's because he put football behind him and moved on, but my thoughts and prayers goes out to his family. My heart is just broken.
And you could hear it in his voice. His heart's broken. And it's literally, I mean, you think it's a punch in the gut to us and just Cowboy fans in general. To those guys that knew him the best and played with him and went to battle with him, every Sunday, that had to really be a punch in the gut to them.
When you think about Larry Allen and the idea of what he was, you talk about the gut punch. He wasn't a vocal guy.
No.
And kind of surprised to hear Emmett say it the way he did. It's, but it's true. I don't remember seeing Larry at too many functions that he wasn't required to be at, right? Because you don't see him at the alumni stuff. You don't see him and football was behind him, but they were all still close. But everybody that you talk to from those Cowboy teams and, whether it's Emmett or Michael Irvin, I think when we were talking to Troy when he was in town doing 8 beer, stories always just, even without asking, you come back to a Larry Allen, not a vocal leader, led by example, but he's at the center of so many stories involving those Cowboy teams.
Absolutely. And you look at him and he was always smiling. You're right. I mean, always. And even the pictures you see today, the videos you see today, the guy's just always smiling. He was a gentle giant for sure until the whistle blew on Sunday afternoon. And then he turned into a beast. But everybody loved him, obviously.
And you think about the way the Cowboys do things. Nobody gets retired jersey numbers.
Right.
Now, there are a couple that probably will never be issued again. And if you see somebody in training camp wearing that, that guy's going to get cut before the season starts.
Absolutely, yes.
And the way the Cowboys do things, kind of like the 88 Club, you got guys in the Ring of Honor, and then you get guys that wear that jersey. Tyler Smith was given number 73 for a reason. Can you live up to the expectations of Larry Allen? Last week, obviously, nobody knew this was going to happen, but Tyler was asked about wearing that 73 and Larry Allen.
I mean, it's huge for sure. Obviously, just knowing Larry and everything he did, how great he was. It's just my mission to be the best me I can be, be the best Tyler Smith I can be every single day, just improve, stay hungry, never lose that passion, just continue to get better.
What do you know about Larry?
Man, I know a little bit, Sonoma State. Shoot, he almost died of meningitis when he was a kid. He's very tough. Bro, just a dog. I've seen the tape, obviously extremely athletic, famous for the chase down block against the Saints. One of the best pulling guards probably to ever play in the NFL because not many people is doing people like that anymore.
Can you bench? Can you bench what he benched? What was his deal?
He's probably like benching 500-600. I tend to stay away with it. I just want to let him have that for him. So, if I ever do it, he'll probably be real quiet about it.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I'm staying away from that too.
Yeah.
Larry can have that. I'm not even going to try that. And Tyler Smith's not a small person.
If he could live up to the expectation, which is tough. You've seen Troy, everybody has had some sort of post at some point.
Yeah.
And from those guys, just hearing all the different stories, just how stunning that is. But also is a good reminder, he was 52. That's the
52.
That's the scary part.
Well, sure.
As we all get older, we're
and
not
the sad part.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, we're not old enough to have people our age passing away. Now, we haven't heard any details yet, but and that doesn't matter, right? It's you're on vacation in Mexico. Yeah.
No, it's sad. It's one of those things you don't want to wake up and hear about today or any day for that matter. So, R.I.P. Larry Allen.
One of the greatest. I don't know about you, but watching all the highlights, seeing some of the interviews, there was one with Pat Summerall and John Madden that we saw earlier. Now, it's is great for a variety of reasons. One, it's Pat Summerall and John Madden.
That's enough.
This is one drive, Cowboys against the Colts. One drive dominated by one Larry Allen.
Now watch what this guy here does to this guy here. That is, if you want to be a blocker, you want to be a guard, you do this. That is called a pancake. I mean, that is manhandling. That is putting the guy right on his body. You know, and as I said, Ellis Johnson is a good player. He just doesn't know what to do now. So the thing that you always do is you say, just get low. And I watch Ellis Johnson. He gets so low there. He just took his head and just stuck it right in the ground. He said, I am not going to let Larry Allen get underneath my shoulder pads. What are you going to do? I have no idea. I'd ask for help. I'd stop. I'd say, someone else, you try this a while.
That's LaFleur who moves over to the right end. Here's Emmett Smith again. Emmett flashes into the secondary and down to about the 5-yard line.
They're right in behind Larry Allen again over Ellis Johnson. There's nothing Ellis Johnson can do about it. You're going to see it right here. I mean, Ellis Johnson has to line up. He has to end up right there. And I know it's not a one-man gang, but he's trying to do everything he can, and he's just getting manhandled. Yeah. He's getting whipsawed. He's getting blocked and turned and twisted, and he's trying everything. I mean, he's been up high, he's been down low, he tried to move to the right or the left, and he can't get away from it.
What can you do in a situation like that? I mean, it's a helpless feeling.
I don't know. I always say that he's the best offensive lineman in football, and then when I say that, there are pundits. Is that the word pundits that argue?
That is the word.
Tony Vaselli is the best, and I don't know, but I would take this. Like anything that would be, we needed a guy to go in. I think I'd take him.
Well, if Vaselli is better, he should be out for it.
I mean, I hate to make this a Larry Allen highlight film. He just took Cornelius Bennett. That time they ran to the right, but they still ran behind Larry Allen by having him pull, and he pulled and knocked Cornelius Bennett down, and I could feel it all the way and hear it all the way up here. I'm not kidding you. I mean, watch, he's going to pull and make contact right here. Watch it. Here's where he's going to end up. Now watch that. Boom! Look at that. I mean, he knocked him right out of the picture.
He did. He was gone off the screen. Man, I miss listening to John Madden.
Pat Summerall too, man. Those guys were the best. You talk about just enjoying watching football. Those guys made it fun.
Well, that's what I mean. That listening to that was great for a variety of reasons.
Yeah. Did Larry Allen ever get a turducken?
I'm sure. I'm sure he had more than
I
one
would think
turducken.
so, or turkey leg or something.
No, he had the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if Larry Allen was involved, I imagine they had one for the team to share and one for Larry.
Yeah. John Madden, I don't think there's been anybody better since or before even. That guy was just the best. He had a unique way of describing. There's been some good ones, obviously, since, but man, that guy was just entertaining as hell.
Well, and the beauty of that clip, Pat Summerall was as solid of a play-by-play man as there has been.
Yeah.
Stay out of John Madden's way and let him go.
It's exactly right.
I mean, now granted, obviously that was clipped up more for the analysis, and you weren't getting a lot of play-by-play on that particular clip the way it was set up and edited and put out on social media. But, I mean, that's quite frankly Jim Nantz letting Tony Romo go do his thing. And as talented as Jim Nantz is at play-by-play,
Ernie Johnson's
Roma,
another one,
Ernie,
right? Who just kind of lets the other guys go.
Well, he's a studio host. He's the
Right,
ringleader
right.
and kind of
Sure.
keeps them in check. Where I mean, like when Kevin Harlan does basketball, Kevin Harlan is the show, and the analysts there, kind of feed in off of what Kevin is doing, as versus Kevin setting them up to shine. Although you've heard Kevin enough with different people, there's times where Kevin is the show and he's the setup guy in other situations, depending on who he's working with. Goldfinger 123 on YouTube. One word to describe John Madden: authentic.
Oh yeah, there was nobody like him that had ever come along, and him in the booth was just, it was entertaining as hell. And then Summerall, that guy, a league of his own.
Well, and you look at finding out that Larry Allen passed. I don't know. We found out this morning, like you guys did. I don't know if there were phone calls made last night to teammates, but I didn't see any teammates posting last night. So I don't know if they just all woke up to the same kind of news. But over the next couple of days, you're going to see a ton of stuff that's just going to take you back.
That really, I mean, when you watch that video of Emmitt Smith, I mean, he is really distraught and very sad, crying, tears that you can see. And it's, so that really broke his heart, no doubt.
So on a day like today, you could understand maybe Jerry doesn't do a little business work today, because Jerry loved Larry Allen.
Oh yeah.
And they lost a family member, but a big leaf, an entire tree fell today when it comes to getting some business done. And the Cowboys do have to get back to work. How soon now before you see a deal with CeeDee Lamb? Let's dive into that coming up on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. We do have to wait until Thursday for game 1 of the NBA Finals. That gives you a couple of days to go download the Underdog Fantasy app and get yourself ready to play a fan favorite way to play fantasy sports during the finals. You got Dallas, you've got Boston. You play the pick'em game where it's fantasy but legal in Texas, and you can win real cash on your pick'em entries, picking between 2 and 5 players to build your pick'em entry. And all you have to do is select higher or lower on player stats. And if your picks hit, you could win up to 100 times your money, endless projections to choose from. You create your own experience, and it's easy to get started. Go to their mobile app or the website, UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up using my promo code STAR, and Underdog will give you a mystery special in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, use my promo code STAR when you get signed up at UnderdogFantasy.com.
You're riding with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com. Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Are your windows struggling to keep up with the game? It's time to upgrade with Maverick Windows. Stay ahead of the competition with energy-efficient windows. Call Maverick Windows at 800-972-3631. That's 800-972-3631 to get a free quote.
Whether it's food for meetings or company events, EasyCater has everything you need to make food for work. And that means all you have to do is sit back and take credit.
Vegan and the meat lover taco bar? Jill, you're the best.
Oh, all I did was use EasyCater.
Take the credit, Jill.
Well, I guess I sort of
Take it.
invented taco bars.
Too far, Jill. Too far. EasyCater has everything you need to make food for work work. 100,000 restaurants, one platform. Order 24/7 at EasyCater.com.
Not to brag, but Progressive's Name Your Price tool is mankind's greatest tool ever. Even better than the wheel. Sure, without the wheel, we wouldn't have modern transportation or funny videos of dogs riding skateboards. But without the Name Your Price tool, we wouldn't have easy access to auto insurance options based on our budget. And, well, cars do need wheels. They also need insurance, and insurance never goes flat. Learn more about the greatest tool ever, the Name Your Price tool at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all
We're
states.
going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6580. That's 800-583-6580.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. The ugly truth is when you buy a timeshare, you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is this never ends. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. Call 800-761-0000. That's 800-761-0000. 800-761-0000.
Score a trip for four to Orlando's most magical theme park, including airfare and hotel. Register now to win at SanAntonioSportsStar.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson signed a record deal for a non-quarterback, 4 years, $140 million. 110 of that is guaranteed. Former UTSA head football coach Larry Coker has landed on the 2025 ballot for the College Football Hall of Fame. And, of course, the NBA Finals. It is Finals week this week. They start up on Thursday. And, of course, all the action right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minnix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minnix.
Howdy.
Howdy. Monday.
It is. And if you're getting off work about now, congratulations. You made it through.
June 3rd.
Oh, is that crazy? Already
June. And you know what? You know what I've noticed on this first Monday of June?
What's that?
My credit card expires in July.
Okay.
And I've gotten, I don't know how many notices today, either emails, text messages, spam calls, or not spam, I guess, but people that have my credit card is automatic, right? Your credit card is expiring soon. Please update.
Wow.
What do you mean by it? First one? I looked at my Southwest. Oh yeah, it expires in July.
Well, they want to get paid.
Well, I mean, they will, but I assume Southwest will send me a new one, but you realize when you've got an expiring card, all the things that you pay for automatically.
Well, I hate it. And when you get the new one, I don't know if you lose it, right, it's a different number. Now, if it's just being renewed, it might be the same.
You just have to go in and change your expiration date. Well, the 3 little numbers on the back too,
and that
right?
too.
Which is fine. Those 3 numbers on the, but you realize all the things that you pay for.
You'll miss something, and somebody will send you a notice and say, hey, you haven't paid your bill, and you're going to go, uh-oh.
Well, they're used to it.
Yeah.
I mean, and I hope they send new stuff because I don't have the new card yet. But I also didn't realize it expired in a month.
You'll be getting it here in a couple of weeks.
Well, and what
Plenty
I
of time.
find unusual, the reason I'm thinking about it now is literally just got a call from DirecTV. Their ID and which all right, and 3 emails that must be auto send at 5:00, like just now. Boom, your card is expiring in a month.
DirecTV doesn't want to miss out on that payment.
Well, no, and what I find weird though is they didn't have it set up for June 1st.
Huh.
Which I think is because it's Monday, I guess.
Yeah, but June 1st was Saturday. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So.
But I mean, if it's automatic, you would think you would get a lot of that. You know,
You
like
might not have
the security company.
seen
Hey,
it.
update your thing. I just got that email.
But there's nothing you can do about it.
I'm not going to do anything with it.
Well, you can't. You don't have a new card yet.
They'll send me another email next month saying you haven't paid.
Exactly.
Or do they send you 50 of these until you actually go and do it?
Well, if it's July, you've got the entire month of July.
Sure.
So it's still going to be good the entire month of July.
Yeah.
So you're fine.
I know. It's just one of those.
Well, DirecTV, they want their money.
Everybody wants their money.
They do. Everybody.
I'm just can't wait for the things that I don't realize that I'm paying for.
That happens. And it's a good time to kind of clean house.
Well,
if it's something stupid.
Well, you're right about that, but also my kid's Uber account is on that credit card.
Ah.
Uh-huh.
Well, you got to call. You got a couple of months, kid.
A couple of months. Well, once they send the new card, won't the old card just quit working?
It will. Yeah. So you've got to update the Uber app.
I'll update my Uber app. Does that mean that she gets to update hers?
Well, dude, you will update hers first before you update yours.
This is true. Plus her rent.
Exactly. All of those things. Dude, you can't fool me. When it comes to your kid.
I'm not trying to
fool
fool
you. Talk all tough, whatever.
You know,
that girl can get whatever she wants out of you.
Yeah, that's not quite true, but close. But I will say this. I have no problem making sure that I'm paying for her Ubers.
Sure.
I would much rather her Ubering. Although
absolutely.
When she was in Huntsville in college, that was a hell of a lot cheaper than her being in college in Phoenix. Because there was never an Uber more than $12 in Huntsville.
Right.
Now they're all at least 30.
Uh-huh. Well, it's nothing for a guy like you. Didn't you just get a $140 million contract?
No.
Oh, that wasn't you.
No.
Oh.
No. Justin Jefferson, Jason Minnix. I mean, I'd love for that to get deposited into my account.
Right.
I would take whatever scrap CD's going to get left with now because, he'll get something.
Sure, he'll get something.
Leaves are falling, Jerry.
They have fallen.
All his credit card analogies.
It's the chill of an early fall.
Is it?
According to a great man by the name of George Strait.
Can you put that into context for me?
All the leaves are falling.
Is that really a song?
It is. You didn't hear that the other day in Iowa?
I heard Check Yes or No.
That's the only one you heard.
I heard Troubadour.
Oh, that's a good one.
Heard Cowboy Rides Away.
You didn't hear the chill of an early fall?
I don't think that I did. Do we have that song, Pledge? Can we hear that? Does he have leaves falling in that song?
Well, it implies that
I don't want to hear implies.
It implies that leaves are falling. That's what happens in the fall.
Does he have a line in there about leaves falling?
That I don't know.
Well, it's your music.
Well, I don't know I don't think so. If I had to guess.
It's your analogy.
Yeah.
Make it work.
I think it's perfect. Chill of an early fall. That's what Jerry's feeling right now. All the leaves have fallen off the tree, turned brown. He's got to get out there with a rake.
Well, we'd like to see some more leaves fall. We'd like to see some more action.
Chill of an early fall, Jerry.
Now, Jerry's working on this CD deal is about as quickly as this song is playing from George.
That's a good one, man.
It's pretty damn slow.
Chill out. Here it
like
comes.
A cold winter squall, and I'll begin to feel the chill of an early fall.
There you go. Perfect analogy.
Nothing about leaves falling.
Perfect analogy.
That's awful.
Everybody knows that leaves fall in the fall. That's why they call it the fall, isn't it? Leaves fall.
Sometimes, Joe, I wonder about you.
I'm just saying.
That's just bad.
Well, I got a hose with a power squirter. see Jerry out there with his basket or his trash bag and rake. Oh, Jerry raking up the yard.
When was the last time you think Jerry did yard work?
50, 60 years ago.
I mean,
if
could
that.
you imagine Jerry just with the water hose on the back porch?
Oh, that's a great idea, Jim. No, you don't. That's not a good thing to clean the back porch.
No, or anything else for that matter.
Exactly.
But most hoses, there's an attachment, or like my hose, it's that way. It's got one of them flex ones. Go there. I got a power washer.
Yeah,
I got all kinds of stuff.
See, I don't have a power washer. I'm gonna have to come to your house and borrow yours.
Well, you can. I got mine during COVID. I've used it once.
Yeah, needs to be used.
I just paid a guy to come power wash.
And you've got a power. Hell, I'd have done it for maybe, I don't know, same as that guy.
I doubt it.
I would have.
No, he's got all. Yeah, here's the thing. Now that I paid the guy last week to come do it, it's at a point where like if I use the deal, it probably won't be as bad. You know what I mean?
We don't have to do it now if he already did it.
Well, you grill a lot, and you could probably do a little bit more often.
So I didn't realize.
Here we go.
We're getting, a couple of bids, I guess, or whatever you call them, estimates for painting the house.
Oh yeah.
Well, I didn't realize you got to power wash the house first.
Well, of course.
I didn't know that.
Well, I mean,
no, you just come out there and paint over the old paint.
I mean, if you've got a good painter that's trying to upcharge you, you got to power wash it
Power
first.
wash first. That's the first $500.
$500
No.
power wash your house?
No.
You get your power squirter out there
I
and
know.
save some money. Pledge will do it for $150.
Dude, well, I got a hose with a power squirter. The back deck looks fantastic with that squirter.
Oh, you got a power washer.
But see, you have to have the squeegee. I got a squeegee that looks.
Did you use any kind of soap?
No.
Any kind of detergent?
No.
So you wash concrete. You just move dirt around.
Well, it's not concrete. It's
Well, it's not.
It's decking. What do you call it?
It's not a wood deck back there.
No, it's not wood, but it's like it's not.
You got
It's,
like
there's a layer of something on top of the concrete.
Composite?
No, he's got like some pavers back there.
It's like a decking for the so you don't slip. It gets dirty.
It gets dirty.
Yeah. So I have to do that about once a month. Oh, who are we hearing from?
I can't say this one on air. I was about to, and I had to reread that twice.
Uh-huh.
Matt Roy from Channel 4.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Does he have a power squirter? He's young. I would hope so.
Hose. You're talking about your water hose, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Didn't we have this discussion? There's a difference between a hoe and a hose and a hoe and plural hose. You got
very different meanings there.
You got two hoes and a hose.
Will you play that drop again? I just need to hear what Matt's hearing.
Well, I got a hose with a power squirter.
See, it says hose. The S is in the right spot.
See, I see where Matt's mind is.
Yes.
I got you.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You get charged extra for the other.
Well, I would think so. But you'd be awfully proud if that happened, wouldn't you? Because we have something to do with that, don't we?
No BOGO on that?
What? Huh? You had nothing to do with that.
Well, I'm just saying. No, I didn't, but you're supposed to be responsible for that. You know what I mean.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah. Speaking of power squirters.
What? What?
Uh-huh.
When? Where?
You don't think Dak washes his deck down with a power squirter?
No, he's got somebody that will do that for him.
I'm sure he does.
Yes.
But he's had a kid, so it must be all right. He's young.
Uh-huh. Well, that one? Daniel Rodriguez? So Bill Taylor's looking a little puffy on the YouTube feed.
It was a rough weekend.
Are you looking
Daniel.
puffy today, Joe?
Probably. I always look puffy. I don't have a problem with that.
Well, I mean, but if somebody's noticing that you look puffy, then you must be more puffy. You're puffier today than normal.
Well, it's Monday after the weekend. Always, you always go hard on the weekend.
Going hard with this power squirter.
He really did.
And with the hose.
He really did. With the squeegee.
All those hoses. The hose and the squeegee and the power squirter.
Uh-huh.
Sounds like a good country song, doesn't it?
Play George Strait again?
Yeah.
Leaves are falling. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
there are
man.
so many things on this drop screen right now. I'm glad Pledge is showing some maturity today. Let's talk about CeeDee's contract coming up. In all seriousness, maybe.
Yeah,
here on the Blitz.
I doubt it. It's
on
after
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo in any kind of gear, get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. If you need T-shirts screen printed, go see Sam. If you need caps done, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, including the popular Richardson 112 style trucker caps. He's got the Katie caps, Nike Cap America. He's got all the big name cap brands. He's got all the big name shirt brands, North Face, Eddie Bauer, Travis Matthew, Port Authority, to name a few. Over 700 uniform lines to choose from. Nobody has better prices, and Sam is the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. No order too small, certainly no order too big. All items do come with a warranty. Call 210-824-3900. Or better yet, go by that massive showroom down on San Pedro, a mile inside Loop 410, next to the Big Lots, right across from McDonald's. Or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here from my good friends at Connecticut. Living in South Texas, growing up in San Antonio, it's been a great place to be because, well, we love the land, we love the people, and boy, do we love our water. That aquifer water, it makes some good sweet tea and some fine beer, but I'll tell you what comes out of the ground we do not want in our glasses, and that's where Connecticut comes in. The finest water treatment system you can get around these parts. Designed and built in the United States, it is made in America for you, San Antonio, for me. I've been a Connecticut customer for years, and now's the chance for you to be one without any risk. Call Connecticut today at 656-PURE. That's 656-PURE. And the good folks at Connecticut are going to come out to your home, put one in your house for the next 90 days. So you can find out what the rest of us already know, that we have a water softener designed and made with South San Antonio in mind. Call Connecticut today at 656-PURE. Get a Connecticut in your home for the next 90 days. You're going to be like me, a Connecticut customer. You know what you're going to do? You're going to thank me later.
ConnecticutSA.com. Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those three massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the UFC fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. The Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant and in the same plaza as the Big Blind there at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. A lawyer for us? Well, After several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
Most of us go to the doctor when we're sick or need prescriptions refilled. But at the Institute for Functional Health, we offer a different and complete version of primary care. This means you will get the medications you need, but we will also put together a custom game plan to fix the root cause and allow your body to heal itself. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we help people get off of medications. Call me for a free consultation, 468-1891, or online at iffhealth.com. You will experience a doctor's visit unlike any you've ever had. 468-1891.
Ew, gotta get rid of this old Backstreet Boys t-shirt.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks, boys.
Tell me why.
I've washed it so many times, but the odor won't come out.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried Downy Rinse and Refresh? It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them.
Wow, it worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes more odor in one wash than the leading value detergent in 3 washes. Find it wherever you buy laundry products.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Like 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. Switch today.
With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details.
This is AJ Hoffman from the Morning Huddle. Join me and Rob Thompson tomorrow morning at 6 for the perfect ride to work on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Make sure and listen to the Morning Huddle tomorrow with AJ and Rob.
Absolutely. Do that. I do.
Yep.
I tune them in.
Listen to the Blitz in the afternoons.
YouTube them in.
So, Justin Jefferson reset the wide receiver market. Breaks early this morning. Record deal, 4 years, $140 million, $110 guaranteed, $88 and change due at signing. $35 million a year. CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, Brandon Ayuk, those deals soon to follow, because now you know where the ceiling is. Now you look at Justin Jefferson and CeeDee Lamb and you want to compare. CeeDee Lamb has 6 more games, 3 more catches, 2 more touchdowns. Both have played 3 Pro Bowls, 1 All-Pro. It is kind of crazy when you look at those numbers and the comparisons. And when you think about what CeeDee Lamb's agent is going to do, is here's Justin Jefferson, 60 games, 392 catches, 5,899 yards, 30 touchdowns. CeeDee, 66 games, 395 catches, 5,145 yards, and 32 touchdowns. So 6 more games, Jefferson's numbers are better, right?
Yes. CeeDee's had, 6 more games. So we just saw a list that was on our monitor here in the radio at the radio station here, that yards per game through 50 games, your first 50 games, Justin Jefferson leads everybody. And I mean some big names like Calvin Johnson and there were some big names on that list. Okay.
Yeah.
So the guys that you would think would be better. And he was head and shoulders above everybody. And he's $26 million ahead in guaranteed money from the recent signings of wide receivers.
When you're CeeDee Lamb, who told Micah Parsons on Micah's podcast in February, he didn't give a number, doesn't want to give a number, but he does want to be the highest paid.
What do you got to say to Cowboys Nation? Like, you want to be back? Contract coming up, gotta
secure it.
What numbers?
I can't give you no numbers right now. But I tell you this, one of the top paid receivers.
No,
if not the.
Break the bank.
If not the.
Break the bank.
if not D, brother. That's always the goal. You know what I'm saying? You know, you work hard to be in this position. So just having this opportunity, you know, I'm trying to take full advantage.
Of course you are.
You want to be a Cowboy for life?
Absolutely.
All
No
right.
secret about that.
No secret about that hometown discount? No. They're going to break the bank, as they should.
Absolutely. Hey, look, I don't begrudge CeeDee Lamb anything. He should get paid. He's not going to get paid more than Justin Jefferson, nor should he. He's not as good. He's not. I mean, let's be honest. If you had Justin Jefferson and CeeDee Lamb and you had a choice of those two guys, don't look me in the eye and tell me you're taking CeeDee Lamb.
Well, I mean, you know, you say it like that. Of course I'm due because I'm ornery. No, Justin Jefferson's the best wide receiver in the NFL.
Yes.
CeeDee Lamb is right up there. They're all in that same conversation. And, you know, when Jerry Jones made the comments pre-draft about leaves falling, you know, that was before some of these other deals got done that you would have CeeDee ahead of. That's why it's costing him more. That's why we've made the joke.
Sure.
Oh, another leaf fell. Another leaf fell.
Right.
CeeDee will figure out a way and his agents to make more money than Justin Jefferson. Now, what I find interesting about this contract is for 4 years. Some of the most recent ones that have been done have been 3-year deals. There was a report not long ago that CeeDee's agent likes short deals. So it would be hard to top these numbers unless you go the per year higher than 35 on a 3-year deal. Jerry likes to get long-term deals done. So if this was a 5-year deal, it could be more guaranteed than the 110 because you've got that extra year, but it's going to come across as he's now the highest paid player. And you could tell it's important to him. And that's nothing more than just ego.
Absolutely.
But whether it's guaranteed money, money due at signing, money due average per year. For me, personally, the guaranteed money is what I'd be more interested in.
Absolutely.
Because that's guaranteed money. Does he want a 5-year deal? Does he want a 4-year deal? Does his agent want a 3-year deal? And we know Jerry wants longer term deals. Jerry has the leverage because he can play this year and then tag him a couple, 3 times. So he might get those 3 years, but it's not going to be with any guaranteed money outside of the tag.
Well, look, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out and see what Jerry wants to do, because I still believe that Jerry's got the advantage here. He does. Now, I think you want to pay a guy. He's played well. He had a great season last year. You want to pay the guy. I get that. But $110 million at a 4-year, I can't see him going over that. When you're $26 million to the next guy of Justin Jefferson and that guaranteed money, I can't see CeeDee going over 110, not for the same contract. So I'm looking in between somewhere in there. And CeeDee, I think if he got a deal with, say, I don't know, $90 million guaranteed, I think he'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah. No. I mean, he'd be happy, but not. I
don't think he has a choice, Jason. Jerry Jones has the advantage. He has the leverage over CeeDee Lamb. I mean, what's CeeDee going to do? Demand a trade? Sit out? Yeah, he's not going to do that. He doesn't have the money to do that.
No, but without trying to make your head explode, when you're next, you're next. And, you know, would it be 145 million with 112 guaranteed? That's if you're CeeDee's agent, you're going to at least ask for that.
Well, sure, you're going to ask for it.
Do you come in just under? You know, what is, you know, you go back to what Joel Corey has always said, you know, it's always about 3% more than the last one. Now that's typical with quarterbacks. That's where I think the years are going to play a big part in this negotiation for the Cowboys and for CeeDee Lamb, especially when you look at how that contract impacts the cap number. And, you know, right now, if CeeDee takes a deal, just Pro Football Focus said this today, if both of them match the 2 biggest contracts, Dak and CeeDee, the quarterback contract and the wide receiver contract, that would be about 35% of the Cowboys cap space.
Yep.
And you wonder why the Cowboys can't do that, right? because they've got to fill out the rest. Now, also, when would this new contract kick in? Is it after next year? Is it an extension after this year? Or does it rip up the final year of his current contract and start then? Because I think that would be more damaging to the Cowboys in their current cap structure if they do it that way. And what we don't want, we'll all blame the Cowboys because that's what we do. But because we don't know what is his agent demanding. Is his agent saying $17 million this year? We're not going to play for that. We want the new contract to start right away. And if that's the case, that's a big hiccup in the Cowboys' financial planning for this year if they're planning it after next year.
Yeah, but if you're getting $88 million, up front when you sign this thing, I mean, that kicks in, and I think, okay, I'll play for $17 million. I just got 88 in the bank.
Sure.
So, I mean, in that respect, I think you can work there.
And is 88 from Jefferson's agent a couple middle fingers at number 88, CeeDee Lamb?
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? But it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I just can't see, and I know he's next, but I cannot see anybody, and I'm including Jamar Chase in this, getting north of what
And I agree,
Jefferson just got.
and I do agree with that. When you look at Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the NFL right now. He got paid today.
Right.
So I think everybody was waiting for that deal to get done to have parameters on the 2024 market. If you wait next year, it's going to go up because it will go up. But for right now, I agree with you. Nobody should get more than what Justin Jefferson is. But on paper, how it's structured could look that way. And if I'm CeeDee's agent, that's what I'm working on right now to make my client happy who wants to be the highest paid.
Well, and you're making yourself happy too. Let's not forget that that agent is going to be pretty happy with that deal.
Huh.
Justin Jefferson's agent is extremely happy today because he just got paid.
Well, sure.
As well. So it'll be interesting to see what Jerry does. Again, I believe CeeDee will get paid. There's a contract coming. But I just think Jerry has the leverage at this moment in time, and it's not a Dak Prescott where he's determining everything. CeeDee doesn't have that luxury.
No.
And so I think that there's going to be some give and take, I think, with CeeDee's contract. He's going to be a very rich man, irregardless, but will he get over and above what Jefferson got? I just don't see that happening.
When you look at it, and that's the thing, the only leverage that CeeDee Lamb has is he is the best weapon on that Cowboys offense right now outside of the quarterback. When you look at from the offensive line to the other receivers to the running backs, can you say that with a straight face? I mean, he is the best weapon they have. You take him off that offense if he were to hold out. Brutal. So that's his only leverage.
That's it.
And that's not much.
But I just don't think he has the money to do that. What's he making? $17 million this year, and that is contract.
I would imagine he'll be able to pay his mortgage for the next several months.
Boy, I tell you,
I mean, probably get a loan from somebody if he needed it.
It's going to be interesting to see what he does this week because they have mandatory minicamp beginning tomorrow. That's a pittance, right? Money wise to him. He could hold out and get fined for that. It's not a big deal. But you start moving into training camp and games, and that's a whole different story. And I just don't think CeeDee's got the money to do that when Jerry offers him $30 million a year, and that's not enough.
It's not enough
because your ego says you want to make more.
Well,
and you'd rather pay.
Going rate. I mean, that's the thing. It's not like he's broke. He's been in the league a while.
Wow.
I mean, he's got money in the bank, and so it is a respect. It's the going rate.
Sure.
Pay me what I'm worth, and we'll see what Jerry does. What we do know is the biggest leaf fell today.
It did.
The one contract that impacts CeeDee more than St. Brown in Detroit or anybody out of Houston or Miami or the one that everybody has been waiting for.
Yep.
Finally dropped. So the Jamar Chase people are having the same conversation. The Brandon Ayuk people are having the same conversation. The CeeDee Lamb people are having the same conversation. Now that Justin Jefferson is done, everybody now knows where the framework is. What is the market right now for top flight wide receiver?
It's going to be fun to watch. See what happens.
It's going to be
Jerry's got all the advantage.
You know what else is going to be fun as we get ready for college football? Texas versus Texas A&M.
How about that?
In the shocker of all shockers, That's going to be the cover of Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine.
It should be.
Stunned. Let's talk about it coming up. And the Alamo Bowl was told no. We'll give you those details coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. You know, it's June. It's hot. You go home today and your AC is not working. There's one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC, 210-651-5899. Last week I went home and it was hot. Called Quartermoon. They got out there and they got my problem with my AC fixed. That is what they do. They are full service, big job, small job, residential or commercial. Whether it's a plumbing issue or an issue with your AC, Quartermoon will get you taken care of. They'll provide estimates and second opinions. They do not have commissioned sales reps. They do have a great experienced staff that has earned an A+ ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And at Quartermoon, they are green certified. 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Morning Huddle, Justin Jefferson got paid. How long will CeeDee have to wait, and how much is he going to get?
And do we know anything more about Conor McGregor and UFC 303? We'll talk about it and more. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Feel that heat? That's how it should feel when you're outdoors watching your favorite team coming up to bat, not in your home. Call Maverick Windows at 800-972-3631. That's 800-972-3631 and get a free quote for new energy-efficient windows.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with a personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
So what if I need a new one? We have the right Duralast battery for you, only at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
And what about my old battery? we can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
As a roofer, spring means the start of my busy season, which means I've got to get organized. With help from Beacon, I can save time with Beacon Pro Plus and 24/7 access to live pricing, delivery tracking, order history, and more. Plus, this spring, I can earn $1,000 and the chance to win a $25,000 backyard renovation just by buying my CertainTeed shingles online with Beacon. No purchase necessary. Now that's what I call a spring cleanup. Visit BECN.com for official rules and to start earning entries.
Listen to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on your Amazon or Google smart speaker and just say, Alexa, play 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe. I'm Jason. On Twitter, at Joe Reinagel 210. Tweet at me at Jason Minnix. If you did some grilling over the weekend, you took photos of it. That great meat on your grill. Upload those photos to sasportstar.com, the Grilling with the Blitz page. Because on Thursday, we'll judge that meat, those photos, and give away a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market.
Thursday's a big day, right? NBA Finals Game 1. We're
Yes,
live
sir.
at the Rue Pub. We're judging meat. Doesn't get any better than that.
And we'll judge you if you come to the Rue Pub.
Absolutely, we'll judge you.
Joe is a judgy person.
Well, apparently I'm puffy today, so we'll check out and see who's puffier. Me, you, or Morgan?
Why do you want to bring Morgan back into this? It's Alex.
Alex. Maybe Alex is puffy.
Maybe.
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 It's possible.
It is.
Possible. Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine, the Bible, tweeted out today their cover for the upcoming magazine. I was shocked to see it's going to be Texas and Texas A&M. It's Quinn and it's Connor face to face.
Wow.
Boy.
WWE kind of stuff,
my
right?
Goodness.
Yeah.
I can't believe they had those guys in the same room and they came out, they survived.
Unscathed.
Unscathed.
No, I think it's a perfect picture because, look, I think most people, now I'm sure there are some, but most people are happy that this rivalry is being renewed.
Yes.
I certainly am. And it was just one of those games that you always looked forward to. It was a big deal. And so I'm happy about it. So I'm happy that Dave Campbell chose to do that. That's it's awesome. And I'm looking forward to that game.
Yeah. It's interesting because they've got, how they do multiple covers. Like, I don't know who's going to get the cover that has the Josephs on there, Gary and Jeff Joseph. Yeah. Houston area coaches.
Yeah.
That one won't be for sale anywhere near here.
No. We'll get the Texas and Texas A&M.
Rivalry reborn.
Yes. Looking forward to that.
Can't wait.
Hook 'em. I'm proud of that.
There you
Hook
go.
'em.
Hook 'em.
Rob Thompson from the Morning Huddle.
Uh-huh. Oh, Rob.
Good old Rob.
Howdy.
You think about this year's college football season is going to be very, very different. Last year we dealt with NIL and portal, and when they played the games, none of us gave a damn.
Yeah.
That had zero impact. This year, with all the conference realignment, it is going to be weird watching, I don't know, USC playing in the Big Ten. And, all the teams that have left the Pac-12. Hell, I don't even know what to root for in the Big 12 right now. Who's a Big 12 favorite? Is it Texas Tech?
Got to be Oklahoma State.
You say
Maybe
that.
Baylor, who knows?
What about some of the new schools? Do they have a chance? The Big 12 is going to be interesting. And that affects us in San Antonio in late December when the Valero Alamo Bowl happens. Brent McMurphy at the Action Network has a story today. The Alamo Bowl's attempt to be allowed to choose SEC-bound Texas or Oklahoma for its bowl game in 24 and 25 has been denied. The Alamo Bowl, which has 2 years left on its contract with the Pac-12 and Big 12, wanted to be able to select Texas or OU as a replacement for a Pac-12 school for the next 2 seasons. Now, this is interesting because apparently they were originally said, according to Brett McMurphy's article, yeah, we'll be able to make that work. So the plan was tentatively in place, but according to a document sent to several bowl officials that was obtained by the Action Network, this would have allowed the Alamo Bowl to select Texas or OU if either wasn't selected for the college football playoff. Ultimately, though, it got squashed last week after pushback from Texas and Oklahoma, current SEC bowls, and the SEC, according to a source. Quote, allowing the Alamo to take OU or Texas instead of a Pac-12 legacy team would have caused a lot of issues with the SEC bowls, and we don't like issues.
Don't like it. We're the SEC.
Yes.
We don't like issues. Look, I give the Alamo Bowl credit, Derek Fox and his crew over there, for doing that. That would have been a perfect plan for the bowl game. But I understand the SEC's issue with that happening as well, and even Texas and Oklahoma for that matter.
Well, Texas or OU been here the last 5 years.
Right.
And according to this, neither school had interest in playing in a non-SEC affiliated bowl if it didn't make the playoff. Oklahoma travels well.
Right.
Texas always sells a ton of tickets, but not a lot of hotel stays for long periods of time like you want out of bowl week. So I've never really, how good is Texas for the bowl versus some of the other places that are going to come in and really want to be here. And that's with the Alamo Bowl, if you don't get selected for the playoff, some teams come here and they're excited to be here, and other teams, it's kind of a disappointment because they just missed out on the playoff. And, that's good and bad with how the Valero Alamo Bowl has grown over the years. But this is what I didn't realize. The Pac-12 legacy. This is a term that we're going to hear a lot. Apparently, Pac-12 legacy schools. So teams that are no longer in the Pac-12 or Oregon State or Washington State. So Oregon, UCLA, USC, Washington, Arizona, Arizona State, Colorado, and Utah and Cal. They've got to stay with their previous conference bowl affiliations until all these contracts run out. Which is kind of weird.
Well, it is kind of weird, but it's kind of difficult with the way things are changing to change all of this stuff. I was disappointed that the Alamo Bowl is not included in any of the playoff.
I agree.
Things. In looking at it, the first round is December 20th to the 21st. And then you've got the Fiesta Bowl involved, the Peach Bowl involved, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which is the Peach Bowl, the Rose Bowl, the Orange Bowl, and the Cotton Bowl. And then NRG Stadium has the national championship game.
Yep.
So the Alamo Bowl's not involved. My question is, and what I want to see, because you've kind of seen, and there's no offense to anybody, but it needs to be said, a decline in teams wanting to play in bowl games. How is the playoff going to affect that? And especially if you don't make the playoff and you're a kid that is a star of that particular,
opting out,
you're gone.
You're opting
right?
out,
and it just waters everything down. And it's gonna be interesting to see how that's going to affect everything.
When I think about where the Valero Alamo Bowl is when it comes to the pecking order, and through the years, and we've known it's been Pac-12, Big 12 for such a long time now, but when you think about, according to this document that Action and Brett McMurphy is reporting, Pac-12 bowls, Alamo Holiday, Las Vegas Sun, Los Angeles Independence, and an ESPN event bowl can select either Pac-12 legacy members or Oregon State and Washington. And the Alamo Bowl gets the first selection from the Pac-12 legacy member after the college football field playoff field is selected. So they're going to be able to pick one of those teams. But all of this movement, all those teams won't be able to participate in those leagues' traditional contracts but that doesn't include Texas and OU. This is only the teams that left the Pac-12 or that are now in the Big 12. And it's like, well, why is Texas and OU not falling under that? That's the question that I have.
But
well, but
they made that decision, right? According to the article.
Years ago, they made the decision. Well, no, but while there's all this movement, Texas and OU for a long time have been planning to move to the SEC, which is why I guess they don't fall under this mass chaos that we saw recently.
Yeah, because the Pac-12 just disintegrated right before our very eyes. And so I think that's it. But I think, this deal was in place. But as I read this article, it was Texas and Oklahoma that didn't want it. So that was the issue. It wasn't necessarily the SEC.
Is their SEC bowl money better?
I don't know.
In a lot of them. And now, as a Longhorn fan, we got to learn all the SEC ties to bowl games. Where are they going to go? But like USC, UCLA, they won't go to any traditional Big Ten bowl unless there is a Pac-12 legacy member. So could we get a Big 12 team against a Big 12 team as a Pac-12 legacy member?
Well, I guess because you've still got the Pac-12 bowls that have to be taken care of.
Well, and that's the Valero Alamo Bowl. So could Colorado and Arizona State end up playing?
Could be.
Because they're now in the Big 12, but both Pac-12 legacy.
Could very well be.
Or does that just guarantee Iowa State's going to come down here and drink nothing but Busch Light?
Is that the beer of choice at Iowa State?
It really is.
Busch Light.
Remember when they were here last time? They drank it all. They ordered extra and they drank it all.
Well, you were just there. I was wondering, I mean, did you partake in Busch Light?
No, I drank Miller Lite.
When in Rome, Minnix, you should have had a little Busch Light.
They were selling a lot of Busch Light, I can tell you that.
Yeah, funny how depending on where you go in the country, they have their favorite.
Yes.
It's crazy. Busch Light.
I thought about it. Why not? I was originally, when the car that was picking us up, I was going to go buy beer and go, and I was going to buy Busch Light for the guy that's from there. He had Miller Lite in the cooler.
Well, he's the guy you set that up with. That's your favorite.
I was when in Rome, I'll have a Busch Light.
Well, in Busch Light,
there.
If you're not used to drinking Busch Light, you might have had some issues during the concert.
I doubt that.
Well,
although
you might have.
I didn't think about it like that, but I'm glad I didn't risk it.
Exactly right.
Glad I didn't risk it.
I don't know if you like Busch Light, have at it, but.
Well, then I say that this guy was drinking motor oil or something. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of breweries in Iowa.
Oh yeah,
a lot more than you would think. A lot of breweries.
Well, what else is there to do in Iowa but drink and make beer?
Yes,
that's pretty much it. And go to swingers clubs.
Downtown Des Moines.
That's nuts. Bet they had some power squirters in there.
Stop. Good Lord, Joe. You leave that away. Explain yourself.
Oh, sorry for people that are just joining us. I was telling a story earlier about washing the deck at my house.
Yes,
Minnix over here asked me if I had a power washer, and I said no. I've got a hose with a power squirter. So so I don't know what y'all are talking about or thinking about.
Some glory hole.
I don't know that you use that phrase when referring to the lovers' playground in downtown Des Moines as washing off the back porch.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it applies though. A hose with power squirters.
It certainly could. It certainly could. Interesting story that is broken this afternoon. How do you say this guy's name, Pledge? Plays with the Padres. Faces a lifetime ban for betting on baseball. At least 4 other players, apparently all minor leaguers, also reportedly being investigated by Major League Baseball for betting on baseball.
I guess they don't have translators.
Apparently not. Now, I looked up this guy because he's with the Padres. I don't think that he ever played in San Antonio for the Missions.
Well, look, this could just be the tip of the iceberg, too. Look, athletes are, like you and I mean, they like to gamble and do things. You just got to have that discipline, man.
Is it worth your career?
No,
that's
not.
always the question.
It's not, and that's an issue. That's too bad for them.
Now, Pledge tried to pronunciate this guy's name, writing it up there. That's even worse than the way it's spelled normally. Dude with the Padres.
Tucaita Marcano.
There's a P.
Tucapita.
Tucapita.
Well, he spelled it wrong.
Well, of course he did. That's why I was like, this is worse now than it was.
Tucapita Marcano. All right.
Bet on that.
Yeah.
Extra innings with Pledge. Coming up next. Tomorrow, Robert Ory will join us on the Blitz. Talk a little NBA Finals with a guy with, 7 rings?
Former Spur.
Yeah.
I like Robert Ory. Big shot, Bob. I don't think he likes that name.
No, he does not. He does not. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 2.
Riding I-35 with the Blitz.